Hello. I sorry, I didn't realize uh my stuff wasn't on, but I think we're okay now. All right. I'll just kind of chill out here for a little bit and hang out while we wait for other people to hop in and stuff. I think my delivery's here, quite possibly. I hear the neighbor's dog barking, which means that uh, we might be in business for some food. And they can never find me. Oh, I think he's coming. I can hear him. You guys can watch. Oh, right here. Yeah. Ah, 괜찮습니다. All right. And that's it. Guy dressed up as a delivery person delivers me some food. And it's as simple as that. Hella quick, right? Anyway. Da, 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 da. Dave, you just missed my delivery, man. So I'm gonna eat first, and then I'm gonna head into there. So I think for now, I'll just kind of hang out with you guys and just kind of chill out. Let me pop out the chat here. Do. This camera is really low resolution now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my other camera. I'll be right back. I messaged a mystery somebody to possibly get them to join me on this live stream real quick. Hold on. What the heck is this? I don't know that. So, yeah. I thought it'd be kind of cool to like show you guys the actual process of the delivery, but I don't think enough people caught it. But hey, Broadstone, welcome to the stream. All right, so I'm gonna switch from this camera to the better one. Hold on a second. There we go, and we have clarity. It's freaking night and day. A comparison between the shitty eyesight and then the Logitech webcam. But yeah, so we're just gonna eat and hang out for a little bit, I guess, for now, and then I'm gonna take you guys and go in there and eat. Sorry, not eat. Work on my stuff. But yeah. So yeah. Welcome to the stream, Broadstone. New to the channel, I think. I think I saw the notification saying that you subscribed. So hold on, I have a movie playing in the background. I'll be right back. So, these are my fries. The straggler in there. There's like 6 people in here now. Hello, awesome. So Shaco's on. Brian, aka Bro Builder's on, and today, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, just kind of go down a list and have specific people, guerrilla style, like just kind of like join me on the streams without prior notice or anything, for the sole purpose of just kind of being random. But I kind of want to go down the line of my moderators, people who've been with me for months at this point. So I figured that would be kind of cool to do. So yeah, at least that's the plan anyway. I don't know how that's gonna all work out, but eventually I'll probably end up going through. But Ragnar is not invited because he chooses not to. Chooses not to have a camera. I don't even think Ragnar's in here. I think it's funny how we're always ragging on Ragnar anyway. But yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be kind of cool to just like, just get to know you guys, put names to faces, and just kind of, well, obviously I know your face, Brian, because you're online and stuff anyway, as well as some of you other guys who actually have channels. But yeah, I figured it'd be kind of cool to just kind of hang out with you guys, and you would have heard him by now. Yeah, Ragnar. But yeah, but I mean, a stream is very, what's the word? It's very sad and boring and empty without Ragnar, I would say. But anyway, yeah, if you guys are just lurking, it's cool. You don't have to always chat. Oliver in the house. What's going on, bro? I am trying to send a message to somebody. So anyway, we will eventually have a surprise guest joining us. Working. Andy in the house. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in here, but yeah. Anyway, so I was saying, I kind of want to just like make my way down my mod list, I guess. Just having you guys on and popping on. I already had Oliver on for a short while already, and I think last time we had Holy Hammer, but he's not a moderator. He was just in the chat or in Discord at the moment. So anyway, I'm gonna eat and converse and talk to you guys. So because I haven't had anything since lunchtime, and all I had for lunch was some like instant noodles. What is this? That's my order. Yeah, you guys missed it. I think if you scrub back, I think video on demand should still be working. But if you guys scrub all the way back, you'll like towards the beginning of the stream, you guys caught the delivery, the McDonald's delivery taking place. So, cool. If you guys never know it, saw what McDelivery looked like. The guy was all, dressed up in McDonald's clothing and stuff. Did I close it? I think I did. There we go. Okay. Can we scroll back to it? Let me just double check. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's at the minus 9-minute mark. If you guys want to scrub back to it. And that dude comes and delivers the food and all that stuff. And he was wearing like white stuff. No, yellow and black, like reflective clothes and stuff. Anyway, all right, I'm done watching this. So yeah, I'm all alone this weekend by my lonesome because the girlfriend is not gonna be joining me this weekend because she has a presentation she has to do at the what's the word? Convention. It's the Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery Convention and Expo. So she's got a presentation to do on some of the research that she's been doing. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna eat. So anyway, what are you guys currently doing? Sure, it's obviously morning on the East Coast. So man, my fries are cold. So what I ordered was this set. Comes with a spicy chicken burger. How many pieces is this? 6 pieces of chicken McNuggets, large order fries, a Big Mac, and 2 drinks. That was like $10.75 delivered. So masking parts for my Kamar's armor repaint. Oh, cool. Trying not to buy kits on Amazon or Gundam Planet. Probably going to fail. You guys, that sucks, Andy. I know you mentioned in Discord you don't have Veterans Day off, which sucks. Because I think a lot of people have today off. So, Shiko is eating dinner. Shiko, you're in Malaysia? What? It's getting hot. You're in Malaysia, I think? Or the Philippines. One or the other. Something like that. I know you're in Southeast Asia, right? Love me some Big Mac. Currently working on artwork for my web store. What do you sell, Dave? On your web store. Do you sell art? Philippines, okay. Next Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you use the drive-thru, you get 2 cheese sticks for free. It's called McDrive Day. Oh, you can also get free apple pie or 2 cheese sticks, mozzarella sticks. Nice. I don't have McDonald's that often, but I do love me some mozzarella sticks. Just got out of work, and now I want McDonald's. Broadstone, where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? If you're getting out of work, I'm going to assume you're in Southeast Asia as well, possibly. Unless you work the night shift and get off in the morning, which would mean you're in the U.S. I don't know. Can't go with fried trees. I agree. However, I've bought some mozzarella cheese that wasn't made of 100% cheese. It was like 51% like cheese, and then the rest of it was like some kind of filler. And it doesn't taste. You can tell it doesn't taste like cheese. Vermont, first shift factory worker. Damn, you work hella early, man. Advertising, promotional kits, websites, web apps. Cool. That's cool. And we have our good friend. Can you guys guess who it is? You guys know who that is? Who this is? It's our special guest.
What's up?
Maybe you guys can tell by his voice. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
What are you up
I
to?
don't know if my voice is going to be as nice today. I'm just getting over a cold.
Bummer. It's our
Yeah.
good buddy Paul, also known as Smooth Buttery Voice Paul. I'm nothing. I'm just hearing your voice, unfortunately.
Is my video not working, or?
Yeah, and I'm just hearing you.
I know.
Brian, you're just correct. Bro Builder's like, Paul? I knew that buttery voice.
Yeah, I think he's off work today too, right? So he's going to
I think he said that in the Discord.
some errands to run or something. Let me see if
I'm like starting to really like that Discord. I feel it's a pretty cool way for people to just hang out and stuff. Really liking it a lot. There we go.
Yeah, I had it turned off. I didn't see it on the top there. There we go. Yeah, I have part of the GBA Discord and a couple other ones. They're pretty nice. It's cool to do like a group chat. It kind of reminds me of like old AIM way back in the day.
Yeah. It just went offline like last month.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bummer.
Yeah, that's some old feels there.
Good old ASL days.
Back when you used to get that funny noise when you logged onto the internet. Yeah, but the Discord's cool. It's cool to get groups of people together for, whatever. Kind of like taking the place of older forums too, I used to be a part of like car forums and whatever else I was into at the time.
Right.
Now you just pop up a Discord. It seems like a lot less work.
Right. I think because, Discord was basically formed as a competitor for like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think what's going to take Discord probably a lot further than TeamSpeak and a lot of the other apps is that you can create actual communities where people are able to share pictures and photos. And I think now they're going to implement like video calling and stuff as well. So
yeah, I saw that on the GBA one. I think they're trying to do like live multi-streams through Discord where it's actual video, not just the voice chat, which will be cool. That'll be nice.
Well,
especially, with everything going on with YouTube, a lot of those content creators don't want to the bigger ones, they don't want to be on there anymore because they're getting demonetized so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not monetized anyway, so I could really care less. I mean, I've seen a huge influx in people starting up Patreons to
Yeah,
make up for that loss of revenue that
yeah.
they're not getting anymore. So
Some of them are doing like Twitch too. A lot of people are moving over to Twitch and
yeah, a lot of people
using Patreon instead of.
I feel like Twitch is not. It's not old enough for it to be a platform where everybody's just gonna want to hop on there because they don't have a lot of what's the word, like just video content in general.
Yeah, it's also not as conducive to like edited videos. It's just pretty much like
It's
live
just
streaming.
yeah.
Yeah, so like, guys who are sitting there spending all their time editing the video to try to catch your attention with it. I don't know if it's going to work as well for them, but
So
everyone will adapt. That's how it works.
I think we're seeing the end of an era.
Yeah.
Google got a little what's the word? Greedy, and now they're gonna start losing.
Yeah, they let people get away with. Well, I mean, you had a couple of people say some things they probably shouldn't have on the internet, and then
Womp womp.
Well, that's where we go with that.
So what are you working on now?
Oh, I got this high res Wing Zero.
All right.
I'm just snapping it up now.
That must have been expensive, man.
Yeah, I had like a PayPal credit though, so that's the only reason I bought it. Like I wasn't into it actually. I still don't know if I'm into it. The design's kind of funky. I kind of like the original Wing Zero design. This one's got all these panel separations and stuff. And when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, something's funky about it. I don't like the proportions or something. And then it was like the last day to do pre-order through USA Gundam, and when you're bored, you just start buying stuff.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Or like it's like 4 a.m. You're just like looking through your phone and like, what Amazon has.
Yes.
But I swear, I bought this turntable for actually I bought it for doing a photo shoot for the Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
And I ordered it like a long time ago, like back in the end of September, and it did not arrive. And the funny thing was, I was like, wait, I swear I thought I ordered one, and then I was just like looking at eBay, and I just like happened to check my eBay. And apparently I had already ordered one, and then I was like on Amazon looking for another turntable. So, and I looked at the timestamp; it was 5:26 in the morning. So I must have like ordered it and then just like totally forgotten about it for like a month.
Especially for us, if we order anything from Asia, so that's a lot of Gundam stuff. I've ordered a lot of stuff from China and Japan, and I'll completely forget about it because I did
so
like surface mail or something like that, right. And like a month later, I open my mailbox and there'll be like some decals or something like that. I didn't even remember ordering.
That finally showed up.
Yeah, I had a jar of paint. I ordered like a Mr. Color that I needed this specific color, and I ordered it. And I ordered it through eBay, and then sometimes if it's so inexpensive, like the jar of paint's like $2.50, they're not going to send you a tracking number. They're just going to say, it'll arrive when it arrives.
Same thing with my package, yeah.
2 or 3 months go by, it doesn't come. So that was when, I can't think of the name of the place now. It was a place here in the States, but they had all the Mr. Color stuff, and they closed a couple of months ago. And so they were doing a sale, so I ordered like 5 jars of the same paint, and they showed up the same day. And I was like, what is this other box? Oh, crap, I ordered that 3 months ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about like some of the Chinese shipping.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wish I had that available to me here in Korea, because there's at least in Asia they send it in 2 different categories. It's like you either have a package, like an actual box or something, or you just have like postal mail, like a letter or something like that. So a lot of the stuff that comes from China to here, like the stuff that's like super, super like cheap shipping, like they're sending it like through like postage, not actual packaging.
Right.
And so like I'll find stuff inside my mailbox, whereas if you get like an actual package, they'll call me before they arrive, and then they'll be like, all right, you got to sign for this or whatever.
That's nice.
A lot of the stuff is like they'll just like leave on your doorstep and stuff because it's just regarded as like regular mail. I wish I had that sending stuff out so that I don't have to pay $26 for a freaking Zaku head, you know?
Here, if we get anything, well, I mean, where I am personally, I don't know if this is everywhere. If I get something from overseas, they want you to sign for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just frustrating because who is home from, you know, like when the mail gets delivered?
Yeah,
It's
during
like
business hours.
I'm not home, you know, I'm not going to be home. So it becomes this like 3-day chase to get my package. Like I got to go to they go back to the post office the next day and say, hey, I'm here to pick up my package. And they're like, oh, well, we tried to deliver it again today. So it's still out.
Yeah, it's already out on the truck.
I'm like, oh my God. So they had to like fill out a little form they have and tell them to leave it there at the post office, and I'll pick it up again tomorrow.
So
I had that with one of the Pete Bandai stuff. I think the Altron Gundam I ordered. It was like 3 straight days of me going to the post office before I finally got to take it home.
Yeah, like the cool thing about like Korea is like they'll straight up either like send you a text message or call you before they arrive, and then they'll be like, "Are you home? If not, how would you like me to go about this package?" And then you say like, "Leave it at the door," or "Can you leave it at the post office?" Or just come back to
That's nice. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. I wish I could just leave it at the door. It's a house. It's not. It's not like an apartment building. So I can understand in that sense. You know, if you had doors next to doors, but I have like a front porch. No one would know.
Yeah, I mean, most places in Korea, like they're gated communities, or like they're pretty much all. It's just like Japan. There's not a whole lot of land, so like a lot of people live in like apartments and stuff. So what you'll do is you'll just tell them like the password to like the security door.
Yeah,
and then they'll just like stick it in there or give it to like the like the security guard at the booth, and he'll take your packages for you as well.
Something tells me you guys have a lot less stolen packages than we do here in the States too.
I mean, it does happen, but
really
probably a lot less than in the US. I mean, there's no I mean, you don't it's not common to see people like installing like, like the peephole cameras and stuff, like see if people are stealing their packages or whatever. So S. Broadstone asks, how long has everybody been into Gunpla and Gunpla related stuff? You haven't been in the hobby for too long, right?
No, it's I think this month it's a year. Yeah. I've said it before. I'm 30 now, which is like the perfect age for all the guys who were into wing in the US.
Right,
and I missed it completely. I think it must have been like a month too late or something like that. You know, when you get to be a teenager, you start to lose your interest, and it's all about
and
girls.
It's so sad that like we're like just like delving into the hobby now as like adults.
Oh yeah, man.
We didn't have access to it when we were kids.
Yeah, you see a lot of these young guys now. You know, they're like 18, and the stuff they come out with, like by the time they're my age, they're gonna be insane. You know. Yeah, we're just getting old enough to where our eyes aren't as good as they were anymore.
Right. I mean, I think I was already at a disadvantage with my freaking color blindness already.
Yeah, they picked the worst colors for you too. Like every Gundam is red and blue.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
Yeah, so it's only been about a year for me, and I didn't watch any Gundam before getting into Gunpla. The first thing I watched was Iron-Blooded Orphans. I think they had it on Hulu or something like that, one of those type of things, and I watched it through that, and I was kind of hooked, and now I think I've watched just about everything. I'm watching 00 now, and I think I have to watch G Gundam, and that's just about everything.
I think after Wing and then like a really long hiatus of Gundam related things, I think the next one I watched after that was probably 00, circa 2007, I think, I want to say.
Yeah, I think that was about when it was released.
Wow.
I think. Yeah, and it did a run in the US too, didn't it?
I'm not sure. I wasn't home at that.
Oh, you were already there?
No, I was already at school, like in college.
Oh, yes, all right.
I didn't exactly watch a lot of TV.
No. I think in my dorm I had like 3 channels anyway. I probably couldn't have watched. And that was pre like internet streaming.
Yeah, and like Plus, like the freaking school internet is slow as shit. So like,
Yeah.
you're watching Netflix at like 144p. You know.
Yeah.
That nonsense.
In college, man, you're too busy doing
Right.
other things.
And then like our school had like they had like a whole system set up where if you were torrenting, they would just block your whole like I don't know, like the hardware. So like I actually had to rip my Wi-Fi card out of my PC, take it up to like registrar and be like, "Can you unblock my card?" And then they would like read the serial number and then like, all right, so it's this one, and they'll like unblock.
Oh man.
Like,
I think we didn't even have Wi-Fi in my dorm room. We had to plug in. They had just Ethernet cables everywhere. I mean, I guess you could have bought yourself a router and done it yourself, but yeah, we just had hard plugs.
Router to another router and
yeah. Oh god, it was tough. We had pretty decent speed, but there wasn't that much around. I mean, I think I was using probably like LimeWire back then or something like that to download stuff. It was kind of before all the.
I was a pirate ever since I was like in elementary school.
Oh yeah, man!
Like, dude, I was Napstering it like crazy.
Yeah, Napster, LimeWire, FrostWire,
2 kilobytes a second.
I remember I would download music videos, and it would take me, for a 3-minute video, it would probably take me all day.
No, one song took me 20 minutes. 3 megabyte song take you like 20 minutes.
It's crazy now when you think about it. You just stream it, like you have your Apple Music or whatever you have, and
right.
I don't even actually have any music physically on my phone or iPod. It just streams over the internet.
Oh right. I don't have anything like that. Like there's no Spotify here. We don't have any of the other stuff like that available, at least in Korea, because everything is based on your like IP address. So like. I mean, I've mentioned this before about like Netflix, but like the whole Netflix library is not available to me because I'm using it from a South Korean IP address.
That's horrible. Well, you got Stranger Things, right?
Oh yeah, that one was. I think it was probably like really popular enough that they like had to release it here or something like that. But yeah, I don't have like all the movies. One thing, I was looking up what's that movie, The Pacifier. The movie with Vin Diesel, like I don't know, for some reason I was like trying to watch that movie the other day and I was looking for it, and it's like the funny thing is like when you start typing a name of a movie, it'll like kind of like do the autocomplete for you.
Yeah.
So like I'll type in the PAC and then like there'll be like The Pacifier and then you just click that and then like nothing. I'm like, what the hell? What the crap, man? This sucks.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. So. Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't know, like, that I had a limited selection until I went to Japan. Because, like, all we had was, like, the unlimited, like, SIM card, and, like, we didn't want to watch, like, Japanese TV. So I was just, like, streaming off of Netflix and connected to a Japanese Wi-Fi network. And, like, I was like, yo, there's so many more movies on here.
I think even in the U.S., we don't have everything. Like
oh, really?
Yeah, I know somebody who lives in Canada, and he has like a completely different selection of movies especially.
Right.
I don't know. I'm assuming that has to do with something with licensing or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Depending on what region you're in.
Yeah, because they signed contracts with like the bigger studios. Like they had that one with Disney, so they had a bunch of Disney movies on there, and I'm sure they have other ones with, different ones. But yeah, other countries.
Like at one point, I had a subscription to Netflix as well as Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah.
Certain movies were on Netflix and then certain movies were on Amazon Prime. I'm like, I want just one, just one that has everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, by the time I'm done, I'm on Netflix, I'm on Hulu, I'm on, I have Amazon Prime, so that just gets included. But yeah, probably like 5 streaming services that I pay for. And then they do that like auto where they just take the credit out every month, so you don't even notice it. And then you go back through your bank statement at the end of the year, and you're like,
oh crap,
$500 on streaming, just so I could watch Gundam. What the hell?
Right. Well, I mean, I think Gundam Info is pretty good with releasing.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. They're I just saw today they just released Thunderbolt. I want to say the first season or the movie version of it. And I think it's even in English dub, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they just released the was it December Sky?
Yeah,
I haven't gotten around to it yet, but
I watched that one, but I have not watched any of season 2 yet. I'm waiting for the movie version of that too, which makes things easier than having to watch 5 episodes.
If you guys don't know, all you guys in chat, I've known Paul for a while, actually, before even popping on YouTube, I think, right?
Yeah. I was late to it. Yeah, that's where I started. When I like previous hobbies, that's actually where I've always gone is Instagram. Like I'm into cars, and that's kind of like the biggest community, I would say, is Instagram.
Right.
So immediately when I started messing around with Gunpla, I went straight to Instagram.
His name was Gunpla Noob, and then I saw his stuff, and I was like, "You are no noob. You ain't fooling anybody."
Well, like I didn't know anything about the community, so I thought like being a little bit self-deprecating, like people wouldn't. I didn't know how serious people were about this. I also didn't know if like when I got into it, it was going to be all like 12-year-old kids. Like I was like, man, am I going to look weird? Not that there's a problem. Hey, if you're 12, by all means, go crazy. But
I was just like looking through his Instagram posts, and like they were by no means like noob work. Like he was like doing panel lining, freaking pre-shading and shit. And I was like, "You're not a noob, man. Get the hell out of here."
Yeah. That's actually I didn't find you through Zach. I found you through your Instagram. It was fucking. I was watching his videos already, and I always heard him say Alex, but I didn't know it was the same guy until I think I went back and was looking at one of his older videos, and he had one where he came and visited you in the hospital or something like that.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, that's the guy I've been following on Instagram for the last couple of weeks.
Right. That was a long time ago. It was like 2015.
Probably.
Yeah. A long time ago.
Yeah, that was probably one of his earlier videos.
Yep.
Yeah, I went back and looked at he had a video, he referenced it in like a review or something I was watching where he was talking about when people ask like what kit they should get. And he has like a video specifically for that.
Yeah,
and I went back there.
A lot of the Facebook groups too.
Yeah, and I went back and I was like, I got to see this video. So I went back and watched it, and then the one with you was on the side of like the little bar.
Wow.
So I watched some of his old stuff.
Brian says, "Suck it, Paul. I'm going to the premiere of Bandit Flower on Sunday."
Oh man.
Face.
He gets all the cool stuff because he's in New York, like if it's going to get released in America, it's going to probably go to New York.
Wow.
He gets to go to like, what do they call it? What's their con? I can't think, Comic-Con, but NYC, I guess. That thing's huge.
Sunday I think there's another event going on Sunday, right?
Man, like down by me, like there's like a con and there's like 4 people dressed up as, I don't even know what, I actually know nothing about anime. I've never watched anime until I got into Gundam.
Like outside of Gundam, like I've watched maybe like the first half of season 1 of Evangelion because Zach told me it was a good show, so I've watched that. And then outside
that's something I'm interested in. Evangelion, I've heard that's really good. I watched Ghost in the Shell more recently, the original movie. Right. That was pretty good, and I'm interested in that Attack on Titans show. That looks pretty cool. But...
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, I saw both seasons of that. That was a good show.
Yeah, the only other thing, I guess, I watched Voltron when I was a kid. I loved Voltron. And I watched the remake on Netflix, which was pretty good. But...
I don't think we have that on my Netflix.
That's crazy because it's an original from them, Well, they made it with another studio, but it's like they commissioned a studio to make it.
Right.
You would think their original stuff would go everywhere.
Brian is triggered about something. I don't know what he's talking about. He's like, New York Comic-Con, for shame, you two are killing me. Wasn't New York Comic-Con? Didn't New York Comic-Con just happen? Like, isn't it over?
Yeah. They do the U.S. leg of GBWC there. It was
But
probably
is there
maybe
another
a month ago.
New York Comic Con
Oh man, I'm sure they
on
probably have a
Monday?
couple cons.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know how Brian is watching Bandit Flower or whatever, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess it's got to be some kind of event. They probably just wouldn't release it at a movie theater.
Oh, he's like, for shame, your lack of anime watching.
Oh, yeah, it was never something I was into.
Like,
You
I
know, like
never
when you're,
understood like Naruto and One Piece.
yeah, I don't understand what it's about. I don't know at all. Might be great for all I know, but
I just know that like through Facebook videos, there's like a whole bunch of people like running around anywhere and everywhere, like this. Like
yeah.
everywhere. I just like like I'm like, okay, I guess that's like the new thing now, like because
I
like
know
I'm
the,
so like separated from everything that's popular like back home.
you know, that's probably what it is. I feel like when I was a little younger, if you were into that kind of stuff, you were kind of outcast. You know, especially
Whereas
in
now it's like,
school.
all right, you're cool now. Like all the
Yeah,
kids.
things are a lot more acceptable now. Like to be into, I don't know, nerdy things. I guess you know, like I remember when I was young, I did like Pokemon, and man, you would get made fun of if you brought your Game Boy to school and you were playing Pokemon.
Really?
And last summer,
Last
there was
summer?
like the last summer they had Pokemon Go, and I think this is the most people I've ever seen outside
Yeah, I
in my
know.
life. They're like, and from age 12 to like I saw 50-year-olds playing that game.
Shit.
Um, so it's a lot more acceptable now. So I guess that's kind of what happened to me. You know, when I was in high school, I was more interested in everything else.
But nobody plays Pokemon Go anymore.
No, yeah, that died
Died
real
down
fast.
considerably. But
Yeah, it was
there's
a
one
fun. It was a
YouTuber. I forget what his name was. His YouTube name is like Trainer Tips, but this dude plays every single day.
yeah.
He makes like vlog videos on it every single day.
There was people really into it.
Yeah.
It was their own fault. I mean, if they would have made it like I don't know, people wanted more out of it, and they were taking a long time to develop.
Right.
But it was interesting. It was fun, man. Me and my wife, my son was only like 9 months old, so he couldn't walk or anything like that. We would take him to the park in his little stroller and mess around on our phones and go home. It was fun. But now I just stay inside and build things.
The event is called Anime NYC 2017.
Okay. Yeah, that's like I said, they probably have like 50 cons throughout the year, you know.
McPrinny's also in New York, so
Okay.
Dragon
Yeah, and I
Ball.
think well, Andy's like way upstate. I think he's
Yeah.
like almost
He's
Canada.
up in the sticks, yeah.
Yeah.
North.
I
But
didn't realize how new he was to Gundam until like he did something for Zach's contest, and I was like, man, he's talk about not being called a noob. He's been in it like a year or two, and
yeah, and he's sitting there freaking scratch building and
yeah, I'm like, oh man, I'm falling behind.
crap, man. You're making all look bad.
Yeah, I assumed he was in it for a long time. He's like, oh no, I've been doing it about a year. I was like, what? I don't even own Styrene Cheat. What the hell?
I mean I have Plot Plate, but let's just say it's almost new still. I mean I whipped it out to like what is it? Make my version logic. That was
Oh yeah.
that was really fun. Honestly, like I feel I like just delving into just making a box. Like I've learned a lot just from making a box, you know.
Yeah, that was a cool little project. That seemed like the whole community kind of jumped in. When that came out, I was really new.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no, I'm not probably not going to make one of those. I wanted to make one with like a box on some really giant IBO feet.
Okay.
And call it like the Logic Lupus or something like that. Because I wanted to make them like bigger than the box because you know when all those IBO kits came out, the feet are so giant. Like I have the bale behind me, and the bale's feet are like as long as his leg.
Right.
Yeah, that was a
Only
cool
ideal kit that I've finished is the Gray's Custom. Those feet are not big. I think
No, he's got those little high heels.
little high heel, yeah. But
they're good kits. I like how they're all interchangeable. You know, you can pop parts on from one to another. They're cheap, real cheap, like for the HG kits. I was just looking at that on USA the other day. They were like $10 for some of them.
That's hella cheap.
Yeah, especially when you're just getting into it. That's, you know, an easy way.
For those of you just joining, if you scrub back to like the 9-minute mark, I think, in the early stream, you guys can see the delivery guy come in and deliver me some McDonald's. Mind blown. I think for a lot of Americans, it's like mind.
Yes. Is that straight from McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can scroll back in the video. Like the dude came in, he knocked on my door, I opened it, he came in, dropped the stuff, took my card, paid for it, and then he left.
You're very lucky. We have a service called Delivery Dudes, where they'll deliver from a bunch of different restaurants around here, but they charge you like a percentage, I want to say, and then you got to tip the guy. So probably in for like $15. So you're definitely not getting McDonald's and paying an extra $15.
Excuse me. McQuinney says McDonald's also does delivery in New York City through Uber.
Of course it does it in New York City.
But I mean, for me, the mind blown thing is that when I first got to Korea in 2010, they were already delivering. So, Uber Eats did not exist. I don't even think Uber existed back then. So,
yeah, there.
Oh, Clive Parkin. How's your move, man? You finally got internet back. 2010 is another story. Yeah. I think Korea's, I don't know. Korea's, it's got its pros and cons. There's a lot still to be desired as well, but I'm content with my life here.
Yeah, and I think even if you were to move back to the States at some point, you would certainly look back at that experience and you'd be a much better person, I'm sure, than if you were to just lived in the US the whole time.
Right. But then everything's I think the transition would be very, what's the word? Eye-opening.
Yeah.
Like what's become norm for me and what's expected of me in like social terms would be vastly different than like what would happen if I went home, because I'm pretty sure there's like a whole like bunch of like slew of things that I've like forgotten about, like specific mannerisms and social expectations compared to Korea now.
Yeah, I follow a guy on YouTube. What is it? Abroad in Japan, I want to say. He's from the UK and he lives in Japan, and he made a video about that, like just when he goes home, kind of almost like how uncomfortable he feels, like it's so loud and people aren't very considerate, and he's like, after living in Asia for so long, it's hard to go back the other way.
Like I think one definite big thing I would notice is the like crazy overuse of people honking their horns here. Like people will honk their horns for just about anything, like straight up anything. And then I think, like, I mean, I do it too, just because everybody else does it,
Oh yeah, I mean, you'd get eaten alive back here.
But like, I mean, like if you were in New York City, you're not supposed to honk your horn, like period. Like they'll fine you for that,
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's funny here. Like it's not used for like an alert. Like That's probably why they do it so much over there. Like it was designed to like alert someone of something, and
Right.
here it's like rude. It's like yelling at somebody.
Right. So like, I mean, here like the rude thing is like turning your high beams on behind somebody or something
Yeah.
like that. That's like the rude thing. But people honking their horns. Like if someone like straight up, like I think the driving is probably going to be the biggest thing that's going to bug me. Well, I mean that bugs me here because like people will. I mean, cutting you off is like that's just a given. You can't come to Korea or like an Asian country expecting people to kind of respect your right of way because that's not going to happen. People are just going to just signal like right before they just shove their car right, just nose in first. That's it. And then if they're kind of like mannered, they'll throw on their emergency lights and be like, "Oh, sorry," and then they'll like just go on their freaking way.
How long before or how long after you moved there did you start driving? Like, did you go there originally with not
Well,
have a car and just
I
public
was
transport?
I was riding my motorcycle around like within the first year of being here, and then my car I actually bought because of my girlfriend. Otherwise, I'd probably just like roll around in the motorcycle. But like I felt bad because like when we were first dating, like like freaking winter, and she would be like freezing on the back. I'd be like, "Are you cold?" She's like, "No, I'm not cold. No, I'm okay." And like she'll just like run inside after we like get to my place or something like that. I felt bad, so I ended up picking up a car like super cheap. My car cost me like in U.S. currency, it'll probably be like $725.
Awesome. Do you have to drive a lot of miles or well kilometers?
Not now. Like I mean, I used to have a commute to work and stuff, but I mean, before I was just like riding my bike and you could split lanes and just I mean, red lights your kind of guidelines, especially at nighttime. Anytime after any point after midnight, like red lights are guidelines.
And you rode a bike there, man? That's scary.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I had a sport bike here for a couple of years, and I don't know if you've ever been to South Florida, but the population is quite old.
I know.
And they're scary. They're dangerous. I've had so many people just come straight over in my lane, and
old people are not even visible because all you see are two little knuckles over the freaking driving wheel.
That's right. And so I had to get rid of it. I couldn't keep it, man. It was scaring the hell out of me.
Florida's, I mean, especially South Florida, that's a pretty big like retirement area. So
yeah. When I first moved down here, I was still, I was a kid, and the neighborhood we moved into was actually like a retirement neighborhood.
Right. Like South Florida is like timeshare paradise.
Yep.
So
it's home now.
You're already set for retirement. You just kind of hang out there.
Yeah, I move across the street.
Right. You're done.
No.
Damn.
Not for me.
Pretty quick. All right, I'm gonna move back into the room. So don't fall. I am I'm connected to like a 40-foot Ethernet cable right now. Because the router is so far away from my like work room. So I was like dropping frames while streaming. All right.
Yeah, is your place considered pretty big for Korea?
Korea?
Or especially for like a single guy in Korea? Oh, I know you're not single, but I mean you live.
Yeah, for someone without a family, I would say my house is considered extremely large, I would say. Yeah, probably. Because I mean, I'm coming off of a place that was probably like the size of. How would I explain this? I can't even tell you in like square feet because they're in a totally different like measuring system here. Like my old place was probably like half the size of your average living room in a house, I would say.
Oh man. Yeah, so it was like an efficiency style.
Enough room. Like it was like probably the size. I think even some university dorms were probably bigger than my old place. And I mean, I think rent is relatively cheap here because this place I have a bathroom, a roof, one decent sized bedroom, and 3 extra like rooms, a kitchen, and a small living room. And I'm only dropping $300 a month.
What?
Yeah, I pay $300 a month.
God, my last apartment here was like, I don't know, 6 years ago, I would say, when I bought a townhouse after that. But it was like $1,200 a month for a 2-bedroom. But that was way before. Now that would probably be like $1,500 easy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I mean, before I moved to Korea, I was living in the Upper East Side in New York City, and rent there was like $1,800 a month with like,
I'm sure.
I was dropping like $700 a month pretty much. And then coming here, I was like, oh man, I guess like all these places are so like crazy expensive and stuff. And like I thought all the places were like that, but turns out I was just really overpaying at my old apartment. But yeah, I mean, typical like studios will probably run you like maybe like a decent studio apartment will probably be like $500 a month. But this place I got really lucky. Like
I mean, where I am, rent is just really high. Like cost in general is really high. I know I have some family in North Carolina I went and visited, and their rent, like if you were to rent something up there, it's a lot cheaper. But everyone wants to be down here for the beach.
Beach. Charging. My bad MacBook's on its way out. She's on there. Oliver says roof. That's always good to have. What I mean by that is I have my own like roof that I could like hang laundry and stuff on. That's what I meant by that. Because a lot of places don't actually have that, and a lot of places in Korea don't have dryers. You have to air dry all your clothes. Only until recently, like, did they start selling actual like dryers along with their laundry machines and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was another thing that I had to get used to, air drying my clothes. That was, forgot about that.
One less thing to buy, right? One less thing to break.
But the problem is like you know what happens to your clothes when it doesn't dry properly or dry in time.
Yeah, they stink.
Right? Like you get that nasty like mildew smell.
Yeah.
Like, and so like what would happen is like, especially in the summertime when it's like super humid and like you have to dry your clothes indoors, like that stench would be like all over all my clothes. And then on top of that, it wouldn't be so bad if it was dry, but once you start sweating and then like a little bit of moisture gets into your clothes a little bit, like it'll just start smelling a lot worse.
Yes.
So that was kind of not fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's.
I think I gotta drill this hole out. What should I do? I don't know where to start. Kind of all over the place at the moment right now.
Are you still working on the cannon part?
The cannon it's pretty much done. I don't think I want to do any more to it besides like throw on. I want to paint it first, get it done painted and stuff. That way I can, because I don't want to throw on like extra like veneers and vents and stuff like that until after I paint it first. That way I can just kind of add a small dab of super glue and just pop them on there.
Yeah.
Because then it's easier to do that than just mask off everything and then paint over that.
Are you going to paint that orange barrel, or are you going to leave that?
No, of course. This is
it has writing on it. Okay.
Pen that I got from the airplane that I took to Japan. So
it looks kind of cool.
On there. I'm not gonna leave it there now. It would look too ugly like that But I'm having a hard time visualizing what my paint scheme is going to look like because the paints that I've chosen are quite interesting. So this is Tamiya TS23 light blue, and then this is intermediate blue, but this is like an aircraft color.
I like that one.
AS19. So I'm like, I haven't decided on whether or not I want to go solid on parts or do like some form of like striping or like, I don't know, some kind of pattern or something like that. But basically, I want to just use whatever I have in terms of just spray paint because the whole concept of this was to not airbrush. So, yeah. Ooh, love that second blue. This one. A lot of people seem to like this one.
Yeah, the intermediate's really nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, you guys should look into aircraft colors. This is U.S. Navy intermediate blue, AS19. If you guys want to find that, or you can just buy this, decant it, and then use that in your airbrush. So,
I used to make those little RC drift cars.
Oh yeah.
And I had maybe 50 cans of Tamiya spray paint because that's what you use for like you paint the inside of the shell.
The PS ones, right? The polycarbonate.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had boxes of them, and I threw them all away when I moved into my house from my townhouse, or when I moved from my apartment to my townhouse. I just didn't have the space.
True. 30, and you already got yourself a house. Man, you're a Dalton. Way better than I am.
Well, I bought a townhouse first just because it was like cheaper than renting, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I had that for a couple of years. And then when my son was born, man, you just run out of space really, really fast. Like what you thought was plenty of room when it was just my wife and I just disappears with kids' toys. And
yeah, I think that's why Zach moved into a different place as well.
Yeah.
He already had a house like for when he got married, and then he ended up moving into a different place like only like a year later. And then
I'm sure he's
got another one on the way. So
yeah, I was just gonna say he probably doesn't have too much space.
Yeah, like you should see his workroom. It's just like the whole wall. And then, like, right next to, like, you can barely open the door because he's just, like, got all these, like, reviewed kits just in a big-ass stack.
It looks like he's just got a path, like, right to his chair, you know?
Yeah,
like
it's pretty much that. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Way too many kits.
Yeah, so he posted on Facebook, I want to say. He was selling some the other day. I guess he's finally getting rid of some. Yeah, I think some of them were snaps, some of them weren't. I know he had always said he was gonna. His ideal thing was to paint them all, but man, I couldn't do that. Like, you know, some kits you're just not interested in. I couldn't paint something I don't like, or even build something I didn't care for.
Bye, Broadstone. Hold on. People come to Vermont to enjoy trees, woods, and snow in the winter. Oh, and drinking beer while fishing. I don't know why he said that, but okay. I like lilacs and off creams when painting personally. Lilacs? What's lilac? Yellow?
Lilac. Purple.
Purple? I don't know my flowers. You would know. What did you major in?
Business. Actually, I started off in a medical field.
You managed some, like...
Yeah, so I started off with a microbiology background.
Okay.
And then I switched it. So somehow or another, I got involved in water treatment.
Okay.
It just kind of happened upon it, and they found out that I had a background in microbiology, and they moved me to a laboratory, and I ended up, after a couple of years, just getting promoted to management of the laboratory, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, it worked out. But yeah, my background has nothing, like at this point, has nothing to do with.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like more and more today after because like you see all those videos of like Steve Jobs, Gates, Musk,
Yeah,
like basically saying like you're paying into a system that's setting you up to fail. Like,
I mean, if I could tell myself, my younger self, anything or give myself some advice, would be not to worry about my major.
right,
Like at that point, that was such a stressful time to like pick something.
right,
And I feel like unless you want to go into something really specific, like if you want to be a doctor or you want to be a lawyer, obviously you have to go to
right.
medical school or law school.
Outside of
But
that,
if you don't know what you want to be, just get something. It's more just like a piece of paper that shows that you're capable of dealing with a bunch of shit for 4
which is
years.
why like I was kicking myself in the ass after I got here because you know how much school is here in Korea. Like if you go to a public university here, it's $2,000 a semester.
I think we had that conversation was it on Discord or maybe one of your other live streams, and that's disgusting.
Like
I pay more than that in like books.
like man, I should have went to school here. Because if all you need is a piece of paper to just say, all right, I went to school, like, shoot. Man.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. I think when you're like young too, you just kind of have that mindset where you don't want to listen to anybody.
Right.
I was
right.
Probably pretty defiant when I was a little younger, and you pay for it when you get older,
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell your younger self some things, I'm sure.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to like transfer your knowledge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was I had a full ride to school, and I actually stopped going after about 2 years because I thought I knew everything and this isn't what I wanted to do, and I'm just going to go get a job. And then after about a year of being out in the real world, I went back to school, and that time I had to pay for it on my dime, and it was quite a bit different. I wish I would have just told myself to stop being an idiot.
Yeah. I think that sucks. Like I majored in TV and film production. And like I think I learned a lot just from like doing projects and like making films for my senior project or whatever. Like I learned a lot, but I wish we had learned on newer software.
Yeah, that's probably tough in a university setting, though.
Yeah, honestly, like there's only so much you could do with whatever limited resources the program might have, I guess. But I don't know. I was kind of like thinking, man, I should have just gone to like actual film school, like the New York Film Academy or someplace out in Cali or something like that. But
you have some background. I have trouble using iMovie. I don't know what I'm doing.
iMovie. There are actual YouTube like guys on YouTube who like use iMovie, and they make film better than even certain people using like Final Cut or Premiere.
So, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm just clipping together videos, but
well, that's where you start, and then you delve into like After Effects and Motion or whatever other post-processing and stuff. But yeah,
the other day I clipped 2 videos together. They were I don't know, maybe 7 minutes a piece. Did all my editing, and then when I went to I'm using a MacBook Pro, so when you're done with iMovie, you have to like transfer it into a single file.
Right.
Because at this point it's still a bunch of different files.
Right.
So in that process, somehow or another, I only picked one of the clips,
Right, I think
So
you talked about this in the Discord, right?
yeah, I'm like, man, it usually takes me like 4 hours to upload a video to
Right.
YouTube, and it took me like 30 minutes, and I was like, wow, that was really fast. And luckily, I always keep any video I upload like private, and then I view it one more time just
Uh-huh.
to make sure, and then I'll switch it over to public.
Right.
And I viewed it, and the worst part was it wasn't even like the first part of the clip where it would have even made sense to people. It just was
Right.
like the second part, so it's just me talking about things they wouldn't have even understood.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. I think Zach was actually like super pissed today. I was talking to him about P Bandai stuff. It just got released on the Korean P Bandai store.
Mm.
Yeah, he got super pissed today because he was exporting, and like something like 3 hours later, like it just crashed on him.
Ugh.
So yeah, he was like super pissed today.
I could see, yeah, that would be, especially for him. He uploads so many damn videos in like a week.
He is a machine.
That he is. I couldn't do it, man. I would have zero interest. It would seem like a lot of like labor to me.
And like all his work is done at night because like
Yeah.
during the day he'll be hanging with the wife and putting the baby to bed at 9 and stuff, and then after that he'll have that time to.
Yeah, man, I got to get on whatever coffee he's been drinking because my son goes to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
But I need like I hang out with my wife for a little bit, stuff like that. But yeah, after that, I'm like burnt. I'm done. I've been up since
Working at a school,
5:30.
you gotta be there by like 8:30, 9. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
I
up
don't
at
have to go
5:30 usually. Like that's about a normal time.
crazy. I'm going to bed at that time.
I know.
Like I was up
I've been
till
on your streams.
4:30 in the morning yesterday watching Stranger Things, and
I
so
can't blame you for that. I did that with that show. I got really hooked on it. I don't know why.
it was like how do you say? It kind of like just like gave me the feeling of like an updated It meets
Yeah,
the
like
Goonies.
E.T. Yeah, it was like the Goonie, E.T. and It, or like any kind of Stephen King.
Right. So like it did give me some of like the It feelings, and I know they had some references or like as tributes to like some of the older. What's that one where they're in like Antarctica? The Thing, right? The
Yeah.
Thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a poster of that just kind of sitting there in the basement
Yeah.
of Mike's house, and I was like, nice tribute.
Yeah, they did a couple of scenes in it where you could really tell they drew inspiration from another movie.
Right.
I enjoyed it though, and like I think I was talking to you about it. We were talking about it in Discord.
Right, just
Something
different
about
like
like the
cinematography and stuff, right?
yeah. It's just look. I mean, honestly, most of the stuff that comes out nowadays is kind of crap,
I agree.
especially like movies. So it's fun to see something. They
Yeah,
put a little
like I
work.
gotta say, like some of the Netflix stuff that's coming out is like movie quality, but it's just like
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're into that kind. I'm not honestly into like superhero stuff that much, but Daredevil
I haven't
was
seen. I
was
haven't,
great. It was really good, and like the fighting choreography and filming was better than a lot of the movies I've seen. It was certainly better than like the Avengers, which I didn't care for.
yeah, the only one I saw was Luke Cage.
Yeah, that one was cool.
That one was that one was okay.
They all kind of have a little different style to them, which
Yeah,
is
I agree.
like a cool kind of thing. But yeah, Daredevil, I would say, is probably the best one if I had to pick.
Daredevil. I will take that into consideration. I think what you gonna call it? I think you can watch like Attack on Titan on Netflix. It's on there, isn't it?
I just saw it. It's either on Netflix or Hulu. One of the two I was able to watch it on, but I just haven't.
'Cause they have the live action one on Netflix as well.
Oh, I didn't know there was a live action one.
I think there's two actually.
Are they
Japanese.
any good or are they like horrible? Is it like the live action Gundam movie?
Put
I've
it
heard is like horrible.
into a word. It's Band-Aid color. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like
it's all brown. It's all beige.
It's Band-Aid color. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just, you know. I think the sound effect is the only way I can explain it.
So it's better off just stick to the anime.
All right, I am not getting this in here. Stop it. That is way too big. I ain't getting that now. Do I have a thicker gauge?
Okay, yeah. Lilac is light purple.
Light purple?
We got that down.
Lilac is light purples, okay.
And
Blend?
Step said he uses Blender to edit his videos.
That's handy.
Yeah, I don't. Is Blender just like a free website?
But I only thought people used. I didn't know people actually use Blender to edit videos, because people use Blender to just like benchmark computer stuff, not actually edit on them. Do they?
I've never even heard of it. So
Blender. No, it's one of those like really expensive apps.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think if I remember right, Andy uses his phone for everything, right?
I have no idea. Does he?
I think, because I know he was talking about live streaming. They just came out with live streaming for your phone on YouTube, and he was excited about it.
Modeling software, right? Sorry, never mind. I knew it was. It's like something like like higher tier fancy pants stuff. Is it Blender is free? I thought it was like super expensive. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah. Hey, use what works.
Something else. Oh! Oh no! Like the super small pin vise head drill thingy majiggy.
Oh, it fell, or is it stuck in something?
Yeah, it's like 0.1 millimeter. Like, I have no idea where it is. Is that it? Oh yes, okay. Oh god, it's as thin as a freaking needle.
Is you have hard floors or you have carpet?
Yeah, it's hardwood.
That's not. I dropped a
You see that?
when I was.
It's
Oh my!
like it's like a needle.
When I was building my when I was building my camphor, I dropped the clear mono eye in my carpet.
Oh.
I was like, I'm never gonna find it. I'm never gonna find it. And
you're still not. Maybe I don't know.
I used like a flashlight, and I caught like a reflection off of it, and that's how I found it.
Just comb your rug, man.
Oh Jesus! It wasn't fun. I was actually like, at first I was like, well, that's it. That's that. I'm never gonna find it. That's the end of it. And then, you're sitting there, you just get annoyed. You're like, man, that's like the one piece.
That one.
How am I gonna? Yeah, I was like, how am I gonna build that? How am I gonna scratch build something that looks like a nail head?
Gotta head out later. Bye, Oliver. Blender. What other program was I thinking? Blender is free. That's gonna bother me. Ugh. Do you have to do any actual work to that?
No, it's a strange kit. It's like I spend more time assembling it than I do cleaning it up.
So is there actually any cleanup that's involved?
I there's a couple of like all the shiny parts. No,
Okay.
they're all undergated, or if they're not undergated, they're covered by something else. And then it has some flat like not really frame because the frame's already built, but like inner parts, I guess, and some of the like different pieces of panel are flat color, and you can sand those and clean them up. But
Uh,
like
yeah, I thought it
these,
was like an action figure or something like that. The high resolution stuff. Like,
yeah, from what I understand, it's like somewhere in between a metal build and a model kit.
okay. So some of the parts
So
are actually metal, right?
it has a couple of die cast parts
Okay.
in the wrist and the knees, I think, but they don't seem to be like important, like or like structural. They're just kind of there. Like they were just like, hey, let's
All
make
right,
people
you're
happy
paying
and
this
give them.
much. We'll give you some metal.
Yeah, here you go. There's some metal knees that'll make. It's not like the knee joint. It's like the part that the armor clips onto that separates from everything.
Okay.
So
That's not really anything.
no, I
Crap.
mean, and it's a little. The whole model itself is a little finicky. It's it's not easy to put together.
Not
I know a lot of
working.
people used a lot of glue. I've so far not had to use any glue,
Okay.
but it's instead of like each individual armor piece having a clear place to clip onto, sometimes you have to put like the whole arm together to get the pieces to stay together.
That. Oh, okay. I understand.
You know, you have to put like the piece that goes over that piece on for
That
it to
would be
stay
a
still.
bitch to freaking like do modifications to.
Yeah, there's a guy actually kind of local to me. He lives about 30 or 40 minutes south of me, and he's building one and painting it. His Instagram is the only thing I think he has, like Curio Ventura.
Okay.
And anyway, he's painting the whole thing, which is pretty
Nuts.
impressive. Yeah, because it's just a lot of little pieces,
Pretty crazy.
and it's kind of an expensive kit for you to buy
How
and
much?
repaint.
How much? How much is it at the
Like
at USA Gundam store?
$118 or something like that, right around there. I mean, it's
Oh,
not insane, but I mean, you're paying for that kind of clear finish and everything on it.
right.
I mean, you could get like the master grade Wing Zero for like $35 and
Right.
go to town on that.
So it is quite a bit. It's a pretty chunk of change. I think I just saw the what is it? The dry that one, the wing with the weird gun thingamajiggy. That one was on the P Bandai for 120,000 Korean won. So that's like 115 US dollars, I think.
Yeah, I think you can get what was the perfect grade? The strike.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that for like $120. I mean,
The
so you can.
strike.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Zach just reviewed it.
right.
If that's I think the strike.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't buy the. I don't have the strike. Not
No,
the
but I
red,
mean,
but yeah.
for the same, basically the same as I paid for this, you could buy a perfect grade
Right. Good
if you're
point.
if you're into it. So I know some people don't really care for them.
All right. I'm trying to find my file, and I can't seem to find it. Are you here? Nope. You are missing. Wah, wah. File, file. All right, I need to clean this desk. This is kind of ridiculous. I am not able to find my tools.
That's always like a thing for me. I feel really like stressed out when my desk is really messy.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like I feel like I'm
right
not
there.
getting anything done.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm almost done with this gun. I need to start like working on the other parts of this thing because I've been working on this gun for like a week now. Go in the
That's
hole.
kind of the main part of the build, though, right? Like I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably like the main. What's the word? custom part of this whole build. So I guess, but I still haven't figured out what I want to do with the big gun parts, because that's kind of lame. I don't want it to look like I just slapped a big gun on there.
Oh, you're talking about with those drums.
Yeah, the two things here. So I don't know. I might just leave it at one. Maybe stick this on the bottom or something. I don't want it to look like I just slapped it on there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it looks good, like with the two drums on there, but I get what you're saying. It kind of just looks like you
My idea
extended the
was to
barrel.
have them kind of like cambered to the side like that. Kind of, so it'll kind of like look like the Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
Like just have them like cambered off to the side like that. That was my idea. So I might just roll with that.
That looks good. That would be cool.
But I would have to create some way to mount that and then clean up this back part. Okay. Off you go. And dude, I wrecked this nipper. Like it's like bent. It's not even like aligned straight anymore.
I was watching that HLJ TV. I'm not sure what their Hobby Link TV, I think it's called.
Are they still making like episodes?
Yeah, they just came back pretty recently because that guy
he left, right, or something.
Right. They have a newer guy.
Okay.
And a girl. Anyway, they were reviewing or showing this high resolution model, and he was saying that he broke his god hands with it because the shiny plastic is harder.
Why would you use god hands on shiny plastic? Clear parts.
Yeah, it is. It's like a different material than.
Yeah, it's way harder.
So I've been using actually these little Gundam Planet nippers. Went through it really nice.
Yeah,
I didn't have a problem.
Jack was telling me they're pretty good, so I was thinking about trying those out.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, if you're gonna paint, it really, these are fine. Right. Even if you're not gonna paint, these are a really nice nipper, and they're a little cheaper than the God hands.
Yeah. The cool thing is my parents live in the same town as where Gundam Planet is. Palisades Park, New Jersey. Although they weren't around when I was back home. So
I was going to say, don't you wish that was around?
Yeah. They opened up way after I left. I think they've only been in business for a couple of years now.
I'm not sure. They were around when I started.
I've heard some rumors about them.
Yeah.
Not so good rumors about business and how business.
I've heard those as well. I don't know if that's how true it is, but
possibly
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah. But
I mean, they don't you look at like USA Gundam store is growing a lot.
Yeah. I think they kind of need to spruce up their website though. It's a little.
It's pretty original to.
Yeah.
Their company.
Kind of primitive looking, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, Samuel Decal's website's been under construction for half a decade.
Yeah. He needs some more help. He needs to really hire someone.
Like people. But I don't know. I don't even know if he's big enough to actually start up a shop.
Yeah, I don't know how much how well he does off of his little business there, but it seems like he's in kind of an odd spot where it's a little too big for him, but maybe he's not making enough to
hire,
justify
set up shop.
Yeah.
Right. So,
because I know a lot of people have been complaining about how long it takes to get a hold of him.
Right.
I've purchased 2 or 3 things from him, and he was quick with me. Well, I mean, quick enough to where I didn't care. But I guess if you're trying to get a pre-order or something like that, maybe it's tough.
I think the last thing I ordered from him was, did the Kairosa Q come out earlier, or did just the Cannon come out? But I ordered both of those from him. But I think I ordered the last one I ordered from him was probably the P Bandai Just the Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, I don't know, he wasn't slow by any means, but I don't know. He might have. That was a while back, so he might just be a lot busier now. But
Yeah, I think some of it is like people's just expectations that they're going to get an email within 3 minutes of them sending one.
not Amazon, man. You don't have like 100 billion people just like on standby.
Right. So, because that's with me, I sent him an email for some water slides and I bought a Supernova Ultron from him.
Okay.
And he got back to me the next day and, gave me a total and a link to pay him, like like an invoice to pay through PayPal.
Yeah, the PayPal.
I paid him, and then maybe 2 days later, he shipped out my stuff. So that timing worked plenty fine for me.
Yeah. Who knows? And then certain people make the mistake of trying to message him on Facebook, which is a no-no because he doesn't respond to those.
You know what? I think like on his website, it says that you can or something like that.
Really?
So that's probably where people got that from.
Possibly. Yeah, you don't message him on Facebook. That's a no-no.
You're probably not going to get a fast response there.
That is not bad. I might just do that.
Go.
Okay. I think I've been using pegs pretty well as far as this kit goes. Like just fastening stuff on there, just using pieces of runner like it's
as a peg system.
Yeah, just like I used a piece of runner to throw that and make that fit into a poly cap, which helped with like the hinge system and stuff like that. Like I've used pegs for just about everything, really. Because like originally, like this part, which goes into the backpack, without the peg, it would just fall off, and then I just super glued that on there, drilled the hole even deeper, and it just kind of leverages itself into there, so it doesn't even fall off. Super primitive modification, but still. And then this piece of runner, which I also cut out, just happened to fit into the poly cap perfect. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to use that. And that ended up working out really well too. So don't throw away all your runners, man.
I keep all of them, which it's starting to take up way too much space. I probably have to clean some of them out, but I have every box and every runner of everything I've built.
So Dave Britton says Samuel was clicked for me, ordered water slides a while back. Dave Britton says he sent him a Facebook message. Or maybe he does respond to Facebook messages now. I don't know. I know a while back he was just like, don't send me Facebook messages.
Yeah, I emailed him, I believe is how I got in touch with him.
Yeah, I think email is probably the best way. Samuel Decal. Everything's just about the same. His name's like Samuel Pack or something.
Yeah, I think that's his last name.
Cool. I was gonna order that new P Bandai Gelgoog, but I think they're sold out already. Freaking scalpers, man.
Yeah, I do really like that kit.
The cool
I love that launcher. That thing is awesome. But I also didn't jump on that. I think USA Gundam Store was doing pre-orders for it. They do a lot of P&A stuff now. Just
like they posted the pre-orders for that today. And they're gonna ship out in February, but they're all sold out. Freaking scalpers, man.
Yeah, people over there, they buy it and sell it there as well, or they like ship it over here
in Korea. Like you'll see, like they'll buy, and also like a lot of these people want to keep their, because like Bandai Mall has like a membership tier system where if you spend a certain amount of money a year, they'll give you like, for example, every single year, like the Gundam Expo, if you have a diamond grade membership, they'll actually let you come in the day before the expo opens so that you can pre-order and buy like P Bandai or just like expo exclusives just for like the diamond members. So like
That's awesome.
they can actually just show up and just buy the stuff instead of having to wait in line with everybody else like I did for like 5 hours or whatever. So, but you have to spend something like $2,000 a year, which is a lot. But so
yeah,
like
I mean, I don't know if
they'll buy the P Bandai stuff and then resell it and just get that money back, So they'll buy like 8, 10 of these P Bandai kits or whatever, and then they know they're gonna sell, so they'll just sell it.
Yeah, $2,000's tough. I mean, I don't know what came out this year that I don't think I've spent $2,000 on stuff that's released this year.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure in total I've spent that, but
so that's the sucky part about that. Damn scalpers.
Yep. P Bandai, man.
Yeah, and look, even the Gundam base exclusives, like the Clear 3.0, RX-78, and all that stuff, like all the scalpers took that stuff as well. They definitely should have had like a limit per person thing, but they don't, which sucks.
Really? Like you could just go in there and be like, I want 50.
Yeah, like a lot of the people who bought the 3.0, like the clear ones at the Gundam base, all throughout the country, like they just cleaned them out.
That's crazy. I don't own any clear kits. I haven't found one that I've been like crazy about.
I got a bunch, just haven't. I've just kind of been holding them off till I got my hands on some pledge. This is extremely hard to find in Korea because
Really,
you can't airship this stuff. That's the problem. You cannot airship this because it's a liquid.
Oh, so like even if I bought you some, I couldn't ship it to you?
Unless you shipped it by boat, by ship. So that bottle, which would cost you what is this, a 16-ounce bottle?
Yeah, probably like
27-ounce bottle.
Yeah, that would be. I think I bought that on Amazon for like $4.99.
$4.99. You know how much I paid for this? $20. $20. And I bought 2, and I gave 1 bottle to Zach.
Yeah, you kind of almost have to buy like a lot at once for it to make sense.
But I mean, I was under the impression that 1 bottle will last you like years. So I'm hoping that'll be the only.
Yeah, because you don't have to thin it or anything. It's already exactly how it's supposed to be.
Like this is almost a good liter, so
yeah, it'll last you a long, long time.
So I'm thinking I might just like have like a I don't know, like a Tupperware container and just like kind of fill it up a little bit, and then I'll just dip all the clear parts. David says it cost me 22 pounds off of Amazon to get it shipped. 22 pounds. Damn, that's more. That's like what, 25, 26 US dollars?
Yeah, that's over.
That's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, at that point, is it like cost effective to? Well, I guess if you're wanting to dip clear parts, that's pretty much the only thing you can use. But if you're just wanting to use it as like a clear coat, it's probably not very cost effective.
No. But I do know that it'll look super crazy awesome if you dip your clear parts in there.
Yeah. That's what I've seen. I know a lot of people dip everything, all their clear stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the one thing I was like really curious about was, like how to clean it out of your airbrush and stuff, because I didn't know what's inside, but it's pretty much acrylic, so I think.
Yeah, I just use acrylic, like airbrush cleaner, or what's that stuff called?
Yeah, lacquer thinner would definitely clean that out as well because it's super strong, right?
Yeah, I use like lacquer thinner I got from Home Depot to not in my paints or anything like that, but just to clear out my brush when I'm done.
Right.
And that stuff will clear it out. Or I have like that Awada airbrush cleaner, which is basically just
Multi-purpose stuff.
Yeah, like it's acrylic cleaner. That's all it is.
Okay.
That stuff works too.
You want also that wouldn't clean out lacquer paints. So.
No, but like I mainly use lacquers, but occasionally I'll use like an acrylic clear or something like that, like a flat clear.
Okay.
So, and when I bought it, I think it actually came with my airbrush.
What do you think?
That's awesome. Are those details? Did you like paint that previously, or are those just
the gold accents?
Yeah.
The super big ones are stickers, and then the small ones are hand painted enamels.
Okay, that looks really good. I like the cabling too.
Yeah, it's a key ring.
Whatever works.
Saw that in the live stream yesterday, but it's just a key ring that I picked up from the dollar store.
That's cool. I like that.
And he stuck himself with his airbrush needle and he bent the tip. Ow! Oh. That sounds painful, dude. You all right, man?
That's like a double out because you broke your brush and stabbed yourself.
Yeah. That sucks, dude.
I got myself with my nippers yesterday. I dropped them out of my hand and they landed, and instead of falling down, they were still up and down, and I put my hand right into them.
You know what happened to me that sucks. You know what happened last year? This same art knife, I dropped it on my foot.
Oh.
And it's weighted towards the bottom, so that one it hurt a lot. I still have the scar from it.
I put up that like unboxing video, not unboxing, but like I got a shipment of stuff in.
Yeah, I saw that
video. While I was taping that video and I was cutting one of the boxes open, I actually like sliced my finger. And I was like, oh man, I hope no one notices this.
Wait, didn't you have a Band-Aid on?
No, I'm actually like, as I take a second in between two words, I'm like licking my finger because there's so much blood on it. I didn't want anyone to notice.
Gotta do it for the video.
Yeah. I didn't want to film it again. I was like, no, because I filmed it the first time and I left all of the labels on everything, so it had my address and my name and everything on it. And I was like, damn it, I got to refilm this.
Oh, Ragnar's just joining us. He's like, nobody sent a link in the Discord. Because Ragnar's usually the one putting a link on the Discord himself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, poor Ragnar. We were talking about him too. We were like, Brian, because Brian, Bro Builder, he hopped on and he was like, yes, I beat Ragnar. Ragnar, man. He's slipping up, dude.
Slow.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I should have posted the link, but I don't have Discord on my MacBook, so yeah, not bad, dude. Totally slipped my mind. Put that one in there. Oh. I need to find something that has a triangular shape so I can camber these. I don't want to scratch build anything. Ain't got no time for that. So have you seen all the Gundam anime series?
No, I'm in the middle of watching 00, which I gotta say I'm not a huge fan of.
00?
I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't appeal.
To be completely honest, for me, like out of all like the main characters, I would probably say I like Setsuna more than any of like the other like main characters of like Gundam series and stuff. Like
he reminds me.
Amuro Ray. I hate him. Like he's a spoiled little shit to me. I hate him, to be completely
honest. In the first one, if like later on in like in Zeta and Charles Counterattack, he's a lot different. But yeah, in the first one, they all kind of are. I would say like all the UC characters are kind of whiny.
Yeah,
the main characters. But they're like 15, 16-year-old kids.
Right.
Setsuna reminds me a lot of Mika from IBO.
Well, yeah, he does.
He's
But
just kind
Mika's
of
just I don't know. He's like I couldn't get a grasp on him in the first season because he was just so what's the word?
yeah. They didn't
Like
do any like
distant,
character development
like he
for
was
him.
just super just quiet. Like there wasn't an actual reason or like there's no rhyme or reason as to why he was so like just distanced from everybody. Like he was just kind of
Yeah, he
stupid and
just is
crazy.
the way he is.
Right.
There's no character development to him. He's just kind of like a stock
Right.
character,
He was
which
just there. So like for me, like I think Orga had a lot more what's the word substance than
yeah,
even Mika.
yeah.
So
But yeah, Setsuna reminds me quite a bit of him.
I agree. I
He was
agree.
also like a child soldier,
Right.
and so they took some. Well, I'd say the other way around. Mika took some things from Setsuna, but I don't know. I just the story is just not.
Wait, don't then you don't want to see what is it? Awakening of the Trailblazer?
I've heard that movie is not very good.
There's some weird like Japanese like it's like only Japanese people could understand kind of like weird stuff. It's like weird like like tentacle porn shit, like it's just
Oh yeah,
like crazy out there just
that show in general. They have some like the girls in that show are
laughter.
they like
Laughter's
they're
day,
like well
man.
and Double O as well. Like all the I can't think of her name right now, but she's like the strategist for them in the first
Oh
season.
right. Yeah,
I don't think she ever wears a shirt that covers those things up.
he was hot, man. He was hot. I'm sure somebody in the chat will. In line.
Yeah, let me
Sumeragi,
know.
right? Sumeragi.
Yes, yes. I just watched it last night too. You would think I would know their names, but
Sumeragi-san.
I didn't like the design of the suits going into the show either. Like I didn't care for any of them. And now that I've watched it a little bit, I quite like some of them. Like especially the Exia.
Funny
Like as
how
you see it,
context really brings out certain,
yeah.
you know.
I think sometimes when you see them move around, it makes them a lot more interesting. Like when I looked at the Exia, it looked so boring. But then when you see him, move and glide around, you're like,
Right,
oh, that's cool.
right.
So, but that's how I end up spending all my money because now I have to buy one. And I don't
Then
know
they
which
just
version I
announced
want.
the Exia repaired, so you gotta get that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go for the perfect grade,
Okay.
but I'm trying to figure out like which version of the Exia. I heard the real grade is actually pretty nice, but I'm not
No,
too into real grades.
no real grade Exia for you. No,
I
the
heard
shoulder
the
will make you go crazy. The shoulder ribbons. Oh my god.
I heard the master grade is not very good though.
To this day, I still next to the Space Johannem, the HG Space Johannem with the shitty arm, the hands.
Yeah.
The RGXia is still like number 2 on the shit kit list. Freaking ribbons. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I don't know. I
Then again, if you have smaller hands, then you might.
No, I don't. I'm a pretty large guy. I have big hands.
Yeah, these banana fingers ain't putting no ribbon in there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, I'm
like,
having trouble with this thing. Everything, the pieces are small. It was a 1/100.
and it's like this, like the ribbon has this like small little square on the inside, and you have to like get it in there and then hook it onto this like little square shaped hook kind of thing. And that alone took me like literally like 2 days to do. 2 days. I yeah.
I will look for something else then. I don't know. I
Okay for you,
I
but
heard the master grade was just not very good, especially the ankles, I think. What
Ragnar says
problems with?
the MG Exia is not that bad. I don't know. Maybe he could elaborate a little bit.
I like the dark matter one as well.
Yeah,
Like
that one's
Build
good.
Fighters.
Yeah, the Build Fighters kit.
That's another. I've never watched any Build Fighters. Not a single show.
Really?
Yeah, I just never got around to it.
To be completely honest, I didn't think it was that bad. It was just, I mean, it was kind of, what's the word? Advertisement-y, you know.
Yeah, it's a big commercial for Gunpla, but
It was very commercial.
I don't have a problem with
enjoyed
that.
It was a good show to just like watch and not have to like think too deep into the story or anything. It was just, you just kind of shut off and just watch it, you know.
Yeah. And I haven't watched Seed yet either. I'm waiting for them to do the new dub of it.
The redub? All right.
Yeah, I think it comes out soon. This month? Next month? Something comes out.
I don't even think I finished Destiny, but I saw Seed, I think, twice. It's not bad by any means.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's similar to Wing, I believe is what I heard. Like the story-wise, it's got a lot of, or maybe that's Double O. I can't remember.
Stuff. I don't think.
Double O is probably Double O is what I'm thinking of. Someone.
Maybe.
I just watched Wing for the first time pretty recently.
Oh yeah. Did you enjoy all the reused clips?
Yeah. Man,
it's
like
so blatant. It's bad.
the show is bad, right? Like it's not very good. But at the same time, it reminds me so much of cartoons when I was a kid. You know, they're like over edgy and angsty, and so I loved it as well. It's like a guilty pleasure.
The nostalgia alone.
Yeah. That's exactly how cartoons were in the 80s and 90s. You know, they were overacted.
How am I gonna this one? This piece. I swear, like a lot of the time that I spend on the bench, like trying to do like customizing and stuff, is like just spent trying to fit pieces on and see whether or not they'll actually work or not. Is this idea good? This idea good? How's that going to work logistically? Like, shoot, have you like scratch built or anything? Or like,
no, not really. I'm still trying to. I'll get there. I still feel like I have a lot to learn with just like painting.
Right. No, dude, I think you got painting down.
Yeah, I want to mess with some techniques though, like some pre-shading or highlighting. I have not done any of that. I haven't done weathering at all. I'm kind of picky when it comes to weathering. Like
weathering, right?
Yeah, I like it like real subtle, like real subtle, or none at all. I kind of like the clean, like it just came out of the factory look personally, but sometimes
like I want to give hairspray chipping a chance just to learn the skill. Yeah. Like Henry's videos have been pretty good with that.
Yeah, Henry was actually the first YouTuber I ever started watching.
He's one of the OG guys, you know.
Yeah, and he's still probably one of my favorites just to watch his like whip videos of.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I've learned quite a bit through watching his videos.
Yeah, he's
Simon's videos, Gundam UK. I like his whip videos a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I don't think he's put out content as often as he did before.
No, yeah, he's definitely slowed down a little bit.
I think he's just busy with life.
Yeah, he's got kids too, right? He's got two.
Yeah. He's got two little ones.
It's tough.
But between that and, you know, playing games and life, like I spent 3 hours playing PUBG today.
I don't PC game. I'm a console gamer. Not because I have a problem with PC. I've never gotten around to building one or anything. But I think I would do it for PUBG just because it looks like old Call of Duty.
Right.
Like when it was fun. I can't play that crap now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that like is pissing me off with PUBG is like I'm getting so frustrated at the crap like the crap performance I'm getting with this game. Because like I just got Wolfenstein 2, and I'm running that on a 2K monitor at ultra settings, and I'm still getting like 120 frames, whereas I'm playing PUBG and like I'm getting like 45, 50 FPS on two GTX 1080s in SLI. Like what the crap?
Is it just like the game itself? Because I've never seen it.
Game
I've
itself.
never seen it look good.
Like I mean, it's not even like AAA title set. It's the $30 game, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun to play, but it's like, crap. Why is the performance so bad?
Yeah, it's like old, like it looks like Counter-Strike almost.
Yeah, it's bad. So
I play mostly RPGs now because I just suck at first-person shooters. Like these kids are so fast, man. Like
yeah,
my reaction time is just not that quick.
one of the best FPS players, Shroud, kid's 24 years old, and he like when he's on Twitch. Like I think the other day he got $30,000 from this one guy in one day. $30,000. Like just shoot.
I'm gonna go yell at my dad today. I'm gonna tell him all that time he told me video games won't make me any money. He was wrong.
Dude, he got like when he streams once, he gets something like 20,000 to 40,000 people a day, and they're all chipping in $5, $5, $10, $20.
Yeah. Can you imagine making like we're sitting here doing this and someone just was like, here's $30,000.
Yeah, the guy was in like Dubai or something. And he wanted to donate more, but for some reason his credit card company like wouldn't allow him to spend a lot more because they thought he was getting
ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean some of those like the older YouTube content creators, they made a lot of money.
Yeah. The Finney says the problem with PUBG for you, Alex, is that you abandon your friends and leave us to die, or just need to die. No, that time we played, it was you like me and Oliver were together, and then you like fucked off somewhere else, and then you died, and then you're like, "Why'd you guys leave me?" I'm like, "No, you're the one who went over there." Jerk.
It's war, man. Everyone for themselves.
But we were in a squad.
Yeah.
We were in a squad that game. Oh, man.
Yeah, every time I see people playing that game, I've watched a couple of like live streams of it. They always look like they're having so much fun.
I mean, it's a very primitive game, but it's fun to play. That's the thing. That's the reason why everybody keeps coming back to it.
Yeah.
The graphics are crap. It's just the game itself is super fun. Battle Royale.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Switch lately because I bought one a couple months ago.
South Korea has yet to release the Switch.
That's crazy. I like Zelda is really fun, and my wife is like obsessed with the Mario Odyssey. But
yeah, I hear everybody's saying like that game is freaking it's bae.
yeah, it's fun. It's again, it's if you played that kind of stuff when you were a kid, it's very nostalgic.
Right. I still want to get me an SNES Classic, but I think they're sold out everywhere, right?
Yeah, I have a real SNES downstairs.
Lucky.
We have like a little console. I had SNES. My wife had the original Nintendo, and I had N64 as well. So I have like all the older games.
Nice.
How does this go in here?
No Switch here either.
Is that Ragnar? No, he was telling me that like you can't. NES doesn't even, or Nintendo doesn't like give support to his country, Iraq.
Wait, what?
Like he was saying that you can't get any, or Nintendo doesn't really support Iraq or like offer anything to them. Like they don't get things.
For Ragnar?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the No Switch Club. Yeah, they're gonna release it here December 2nd, I think.
Right for
Christmas.
Christmas craziness.
You know. Although Christmas here is not that big anyway to begin with, so yeah.
And these side skirts are so finicky. Okay. He is all snapped other than his wings.
Wings.
Now it's wing time. He's cool looking.
McPrinny says, Alex, you could have come to me for a Nintendo's Classic. NES Classic. Yeah, although I'm kind of broke right now, so maybe I'll hit you up later, McPrinny. Anybody wanna give me an early Christmas gift?
Yeah. Where's that guy from Dubai with the $30,000?
Yeah, where's my rich dude?
I mean, anyone can be good at PUBG. Don't you want to watch someone who's horrible?
You know what? You might have something there.
Yeah, like
I
think it'd be funnier for me to. You can watch me play. I've never played before, and I'll just run around like I don't know what I'm doing.
I wonder if that's a thing. I should like scour the Twitch channels and see if there's
like
plays and people watch and tune in.
We could start a channel like Idiot Gamer or something like that.
And yeah, and like people just like watch and like, you know, like I'll genuinely suck. And like if I get one kill, everyone will be like, "Yo, all right, here's 50 cents. Good job, you got one kill."
Yeah, yeah, like you get one kill and
just like one
jump
kill
around the house.
In that case, watch me. Alex can agree how bad I am. David, you're not that bad. You're just slow. I mean, I think you can pull off kills and stuff. You're just slow. That's all. Just play some more. You'll get better.
I tried to play Call of Duty like 2 years ago, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I stopped playing Call of Duty after I think Black Ops because it was just no. I mean, dabbing and like sky jumping and just no. Like
yeah.
I played Call of Duty since the first Call of Duty. Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty United Offensive, I think. Like and then once it like went over to Treyarch with World at War, it was just no.
Yeah, what was the first one that you could play against people online? Was that 4?
Maybe 3.
3?
Yeah. Call of Duty 3.
What was the one that was like World War 1 or 2? I think it came out 4. Is that World at War or
World at War? Yeah, that's the one Treyarch did.
Okay, I had that one. I had 4 too. I think 4 was the first one I played a lot of.
Yeah, 4 was I think a defining moment in Call of Duty history because Captain Price's Bay, man.
Yeah, me and my buddies used to stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning playing that game every night before we had responsibilities.
Yeah. Modern Warfare was probably Modern Warfare,
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 was probably like that was
Modern Warfare 2 is probably my favorite. That was the one I was most into, I would say. I loved that game. I probably still wasn't any good, but I just loved it.
Okay.
It's like now I play a lot of FIFA. With
FIFA.
my buddies. Yeah.
Oh, I'm terrible at those sports games, dude. I'm so bad.
But it's something we do, like, just to talk shit to each other.
How should I mount this? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Like that. I'm out of. I missed the cadre in my zombie.
Oh, GoldenEye, Clive. Man, I played that game so much.
That was, I think, for the N64.
Yeah.
GoldenEye was probably the hands down best multiplayer game ever.
That's probably like a defining game for a generation there.
Right. And yeah, and then everyone would want to get Oddjob because he was shorter and he was harder to aim at.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, proximity mines in the library or something like that.
Right. Although Perfect Dark was pretty good too. Remember that one?
Yeah, I played Perfect Dark.
I feel like that one was basically GoldenEye, just with like way better graphics, I would say.
Mm-hmm. And it had some cooler weapons.
Yeah. Clive says, yeah, love GoldenEye, played as Boris.
Yeah. The game is still fun. I played it not too long ago.
Yeah.
With a couple of friends.
David, if you look on RAR RPG, you could probably download a pirated copy of Wolfenstein.
Is there a button?
I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying it's possible. Quote unquote.
No, Gumbo, there's no button. That's only in real life soccer.
Is there a button that literally on the ground like a baby and cry? Oh man.
They won't let you flop in the video game. I wish. That'd be funny.
How should I mount this? This is driving me crazy. Think, Alex, think. Yeah. Oh, come on. It looks like you do have to do some cleanup on that.
Yeah, these are some of like the inner pieces to the wings.
Okay.
And there's like they're like a flat, like regular plastic, like regular Bandai plastic.
Oh, okay.
No, they're probably not going to be seen, but I like to sand everything.
Yeah, just in case. You might want to take it apart
Yeah.
if you need it later.
Yeah, I'm just gonna snap this. Like I'm not even gonna like panel line it or mess with it because I don't know if maybe down in the future I'll want to paint it or something. So I'd rather just leave it be.
Panel line it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could still paint over the panel lines, but it was one of those things where I didn't know what I wanted to do next, and I was just staring at my backlog, and I was like, well, I just got that. I'll snap it.
Yeah, I do that too. Just like stare at my backlog and go, what am I feeling? What do I feel like doing? Then I saw the Age 1 normal box on the floor, and I was like,
I think that worked out well for you wanting to do spray paints. I think the mega size is probably really good for that.
Yeah.
Did I do the wrong one?
A lot of room for like panel lining and adding details and stuff, but I'm actually not very experienced at all in scribing, so I've already done one here, which was a pretty interesting learning experiences in and of itself. So
I have not messed with that at all.
scribing.
I'd like to. That's something I'd like to.
There's not a whole lot of literature out there on panel scribing either.
No,
Like,
I was
I
actually
feel
really
like,
excited.
especially on YouTube, there's like people like on there like, okay, how to panel line, and I'm like, why are you making a video on panel lining? It's like the
Yeah.
simplest, easiest thing that you could do. Like, I mean, just
They have
some
videos for
extra,
everything.
that's it.
How to cut out your parts. How to.
Right.
I was excited when I saw the Gunpla talk with
Yeah, the
Tim and
scribing thing.
Josh.
Right.
Yeah, because if I were to point out two builders that I would say do that the best, it would probably be Tim and Josh. They're
Yeah.
very talented.
So
Josh's build's
Josh
gone
wasn't
crazy, man.
on the his Zato is freaking nuts, man.
Yeah, it was insane. Even his Sinanju, like I stared at that thing for like an hour. Like, are you sure it's not painted?
Like
That can't be true.
Josh's thing is like he makes kits look like they're like almost like out of the box, but just like super crazy awesome.
Yeah, very realistic.
Doesn't look like it's like his completed work doesn't look like it's actually like custom built. He just makes it look like
Yeah, that was how it was supposed to be.
right. So yeah, I don't know. I think Tim's Hummingbird last year for his GBWC will look pretty awesome.
Yeah, that thing was insane. You can definitely tell he put a lot of time into that.
Although I felt like he could have posed it a little bit nicer. It could have looked a little bit better instead of just kind of just all rigid.
Yeah. Well, is that thing? I mean, I've not seen it in person, but is it maybe like kind of a brick? Like, it's a lot of kit. It's a lot of stuff, on there. I don't know how posable it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess no. If you wanted to just make it like a display piece or whatever, then
yeah.
Brick. McPrinny says, I just ordered a Hasegawa scribing template. What's a scribing template?
It's like, you remember those like tracing things we used to have when we were kids, like those little plastic plates?
Like the shapes cut out on the inside?
Yeah, it's essentially that, but it's made out of like a photo etch material. So you can put it down on your piece and get like a circle or whatever shape you want out of it.
Using what is it?
The tape, Dymo tape.
Yeah.
Yep.
That stuff doesn't come cheap either, man.
No, it's kind of expensive.
That's pricey. And blue tech is hard to find in Korea because nobody it's not a commonly used like school tool.
Is it commonly used in America? Because I've never used. The only thing I've ever used it for was hanging up posters when I was a kid.
My teachers like when I was in like elementary school, middle school, like they would use blue tack to put stuff on the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never used it like in making anything though, just hanging stuff.
Right. Ed and Henry are going live soon. Huh.
Oh yeah, I think Ed is at a some kind of convention or something like that. He's doing like a live class. His build was really nice for the for GBWC this year.
The Steam Siege.
Yeah.
Really crazy. Yeah, I was keeping up with his work, his whips, and like I like how he he knows like people probably won't see the little details, but for him, he's like, I know it's not going to be there, so I want to do that. Like he holds himself to that standard where he wants to go through everything like a fine-tooth comb. So
it's funny too. Like as I was looking at his pictures on Instagram and stuff of his whips, I was like, I don't understand what this thing is. Like it looks like nothing, Like it looked so messy and disorganized until the very end. It all just came together.
Yeah, I think that kind of thing just kind of comes with the territory of just being that experienced,
Yeah,
being able to kind of just visualize ahead of time.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like an interesting thing about this hobby is like it brings together kind of like the left brain and the right brain people.
Right.
Like I remember an interview that Henry did. I think it was with Zach, and he was talking about how he's not talented; he's just technical.
Mm-hmm.
And like I find that like I don't have like a good art eye. I'm not like I can't design things,
Right.
but I like to plan.
Right.
So you have like two complete different styles of builders. You know, people who can just look at something and say, "Ah, I'm gonna build
Do
this,"
it. Right.
or people who sit there and plan it all out.
Right. Yeah, Henry, man, that guy's a monster too. I don't know how he pumped out that freaking goof in that short time. Like, I don't know how.
His older videos were like that too. Like if you look at like the timestamps on them, like when he posted them, he was pumping out master grades like one every 2-3 weeks. Like especially when he was going through like his wing stuff, like he was doing like resin kits, like just pumping them out.
Yeah, and like they're older resin kits too, because they were shit. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still shit. So I don't know how he had the freaking patience and the wherewithal to actually get through even freaking doing the crappy old ass freaking resin kits.
Yeah, he just had it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, the beast. So Ragnar says, yet he didn't win. Feels bad, man. Let's not talk about the first place winner again. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the first place
Was
winner.
that the really shiny thing?
Yeah, the jewelry nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people were kind of like not happy with the way GBWC was run this year because I was not happy with the Korean leg of the GBWC. I think a lot of people were kind of not happy with the Australian GBWC as well.
Yeah.
The Banshee.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because like I think being in the hobby and you get to see like work in progress videos and you get to see pictures and stuff like that, and you take someone's build, like let's say Josh, for instance, and the amount of work and time and like
that project was
expertise.
a year in the making, man.
Yeah, and like how much talent you have to have to pull something like that off. But then you see something, when something shiny wins, that's just kind of the way it looks like it's been going, like something eye catching.
Like the chrome covered Shinanju in Korea.
Yeah.
Like, what the crap?
But I don't know.
But I think a lot of the problem also lies in the fact that there isn't like a specified theme or any form of like what kind of criteria that they're specifically looking for that year. Like what would have won 2 years ago isn't gonna pass off for this year because every year what they're looking for is gonna be different. Like this year, without any form of notice or any form of like announcement of any shape or any form, they were just like, all right, this year we're gonna look for creativity at the event. Like what the crap, So I think they need to like get it down to a system where like when they announce the competition or something like that, there's got to be a specific theme or like some form of criteria, right?
Yeah.
Like not in the form of like a rubric, like just give us something to go by without just having us guess and go, okay, you want something creative this year, you want this, like give us something else, give us something to go by at the very least.
I hate when they use that, like the creative thing too, because it's like what in
It's subjective.
what model is
Yeah.
not creative? I mean, unless you like literally just copy the box and build it exactly the way it came and stand it there in the same pose, it's going to be creative. I mean,
Either that or have different categories instead of like open.
yeah,
Like
like a
by
realism
age,
category
have
or
it by,
something.
something like a clean build or a custom build or a diorama. Like have different,
Yeah. Well,
have,
yeah, because you look at like Tim's bill, the Aussie.
right,
How could you say that's not creative? It doesn't exist. You know,
right, right,
he had to create it all in his head.
right.
So I mean, maybe like it's not. I think you like they're. It's not flashy, but is that what you want?
I think in the end, it's like what photographs well, what's
Yeah,
what
that's exactly what it is.
sell
What they can
kit.
sell.
Like in this kit, use this. Like for example, um, what's his name? Win. He did he did that cool Medusa build for the opening of the Gundam Front Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
The Gundam base Tokyo. And like like he used parts from different kits, like the head and the body of a Red Frame Astray, and like a whole bunch of other kits like Exia Dark Matter and just cool stuff. And like so, like I mean, they can use that as advertising material. When they
Yeah,
approach him and have him, hey, we'll give you whatever kits you need. Can you build something for the exhibition or whatever? And they can market that. So I think in the end, it does come down to dollars and cents. What can you build that's going to look kind of over the top that will help us sell kits? I think you know. David says, "What are the criteria used in judging the GBWC?" This year was basically creativity. It's just something out there that was just kind of, just really new, different, which is why Josh didn't win, because his build was a highly detailed up modified form of the Zeta, which was not, a kit bash or just something out there in any way, but it was just really, really well done in terms of craftsmanship and technique.
it was
So
also like the colors and everything was very subtle. It was all gray tones and
right, like I mean, it was like his work it's done so well that like you would have to actually have, which is what he did. You would have to actually have like the standard regular kit standing next to what he did, so that you could tell the differences between the two.
right.
And like in that way you could appreciate the actual work that went into it. But like again, what looks great and what looks like it should have won or what would have been amazing for certain people, it's very subjective. So that's unfortunate, but I think we just need more competitions of the same sort. I mean, in the end, when it's all said and done, it's Bandai fitting the bill for the competition hosting and paying for all the promotional material and stuff like that, flying people out and all that stuff. I mean, we have to play by the rules in the end, but it would, at this point, we're just kind of nitpicking, complaining, I guess.
I yeah, I think more competitions would help. Like personally, if I were to enter something into competition, like I'd I'd almost rather have it judged by like my peers,
Right.
like people who also build
Right.
could see it and say, yeah, like someone like Josh saying, "Oh man, that build looks really good." That would mean a lot more to me than Bandai saying, "Hey, we like this."
To be completely honest, I have never seen like any recent or like crazy build that Kawaguchi has done.
Yeah.
I don't understand why everybody wants to line up and take a picture with him. Because it's like, all right, he's Meijin Kawaguchi, but like, okay.
Yeah.
And
When was
I've
the last
seen him
time?
walking around the floor at the GBWC, and like I was just like, all right, so he's the Japanese dude. Okay, that's cool. Like I wasn't flocking to him, and be like,
Yeah.
Kawaguchi-san, can we get like a picture? Like, people like getting his autograph and stuff like.
I heard he's friendly enough. Like he's.
Yeah, I mean he's chill to just like just hang out with people and take pictures with them and stuff.
I wonder how much influence he actually has, like in the judging, or if that's more from Bandai.
I'm pretty sure he has a lot to do with the judging.
It's just interesting that he would pick those type of things, you know.
I don't know. Who knows? Possible the higher ups might have told him what to look for.
Right.
Because I don't know if he has a stake in the company or anything like that. That's that's obviously not something. It's not going to be really public knowledge. But who knows? I would rather take a picture with Tamino. I agree. Me too.
With who?
Tamino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to take a picture with him and then ask him what happened.
Yeah. Why are you so crazy?
What happened with Reco?
Where's my F91? Damn it. Why did you?
I wouldn't mind like a new series, like based off of something just kind of out there. Well, I guess Reco and G was probably something along those lines. But
yeah, God, that was
like what I mean by that is like another series that's kind of like G Gundam or Age or even Turn A, just something out there.
Yeah, Turn A. I think Turn A was probably his best work when you put everything together.
Right.
Like the storytelling for sure was his best story.
Unfortunately, Turn A was not as like popular or widespread like Wing.
Yeah, I think the thing with Turn A is just the mobile design,
Right.
and maybe like when it came out, I'm not sure, 99, I think it was.
Yeah.
But to me, that was his best storytelling effort because he like even I love Zeta, for instance. That's probably like my favorite full length series. But the story was kind of fragmented, and sometimes things didn't really make sense as to like why they were doing it. And that's kind of always been a Tamino thing. But Turn A I didn't notice that, at least. It always seemed to make sense.
Yeah. Well,
what did I do here?
There are people who defend Jericho. I mean, I gave it a shot. I gave it a second shot, actually. Trying to watch it over again. I couldn't, as open-minded as I was and trying to just give it another chance. Like I couldn't follow.
I didn't understand like what. Oh man, it was bad.
Like for me, it was like the first couple of episodes were actually manageable, and then like once you get to like episode like 4 or 5, it just got like just too crazy, too quick. It just got really weird.
They didn't do any like world building in it. Like you didn't understand like what was going on really.
Yeah, like there's just very little context to kind of like understand where they're coming from, right?
And they kind of just seemed to do things because they just did them. Like it didn't like why are you fighting? Because they'd get done fighting and they'd be like, all right, we're done here, and walk away. Like it's like, well, what was the point of it then?
Almost
Why
like
did
a
you
Build
even do
Fighters
it?
episode.
Yeah. So in that sense,
like one major fight. All right, we're done. It's just resolution. Okay, done.
And overall, I didn't care for the mobile suit design. I like the G Rekka or the G Self. That was pretty cool looking. But other than that,
I think it's really acquired taste, possibly. For me, I just don't like the head.
Yeah, the head's a little funny looking. It looks like a kid.
The head is acquired taste, I think, because I really don't like the head on that.
But I don't remember anything else I really cared for on that show, design-wise.
So,
Turn A, there was a lot of stuff I liked. There was.
Turn A's got some funky designs too.
But I liked the Sumo was awesome. I thought I liked that one a lot. The Turn X was pretty cool. I like the Turn A too. I mean, the Turn A is definitely one of those ones though. Like you don't like it until you watch the show.
Right. Yeah, I would say the Turn X is for me is my favorite. The Turn X is, I think, for me, like the nicest, like transforming design. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I'm not a big fan of like all the Wave Riders. You know.
Yeah, I usually like if they do that, then they do it. But I usually like the mobile suit design better.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't really care if they transform or not. Like
it's like, all right, it's great. Another Transformer. Okay.
the only one I've ever thought was really cool looking was the Delta Plus.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think it has a lot to do with like the colors and stuff. Though it's all gray and sleek. But I think all the designs from Unicorn looked good. So
yeah, I'd watch Unicorn twice to understand what was going on.
Yeah, they got a little wacky.
What the hell is Laplace's box?
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. At first, I was like, did I miss something? Like, is there
that's
something I should have known about?
Yeah. And then like on the screens and stuff, it's like LA and then a plus. And I'm like, is it Laplace or is it La Plus? I'm like, which one is it? Did you notice that? Like on
Yeah.
in the Unicorn,
I just
like
took that
LA Plus, and I'm like, where did this come from?
There's like when I always like put that towards like translation, because there's occasionally things where they look like a word in English, but it's not spelt the same way.
Yeah, but it's spelled PLACE, right?
Yeah.
It's La Place, but they pronounce it La Plus, and then like you see LA, and then like a plus sign. So I'm like, which one is it? Like, is it a pun? Is it like what did I miss here?
Damn it! Put this thing together before it was ready.
Cut the pegs, man.
Now it's stuck together. I gotta get it apart.
Yeah, I'm not actually getting any work done. I'm just like taking the stickers off of this here begun part. What to do?
Should have cut the pegs, man. Damn it.
Cutting the pegs.
I didn't think I was going to take it back apart. It's the wings too, of course. Couldn't be something easy.
So McPrinty says Laplace's box was the monument that had the Constitution monument that the EFSF was supposed to follow in order to give the new generation of people a proper representative autonomy.
Yeah, I mean, I got that after watching it for a little bit, but
that's the end of it, and then there's that whole nice resolution. You go,
yeah, right. But the way they talked about it at the beginning was like, you should have known.
Like, what the hell?
I was like, oh man, did I skip this part? Was this in like Double Zeta or something?
Right. What did I miss? Yeah, I'm like totally out of the loop as far as like the timeline of like Unicorn itself. Like,
I watched all of the UC in like chronological order and just got out of the way.
I haven't actually watched all of it, to be completely honest. I finished the original Gundam. Then right after that is Zeta, right?
Kinda. You have like all those little ovas in between there, like War in the Pocket and MS Team. Well, like MS Team happens during Gundam, like the original. And then War in the Pocket happens right after that.
I've watched 8th MS Team.
Yeah, that happens at the same time as Gundam, like the original series. And then Stardust Memory happens after that. I think that's 83.
83, yeah.
And then comes Zeta. Then comes Double Zeta. Stars Counterattack, and then Unicorn.
Where does 0083 come in?
Stardust Memory is in between the original Gundam and Zeta. That's actually how, like, in Zeta, I don't know if you've watched it, there's a lot of, like, they talk about the Titans a lot, the test, you know.
Right. They're assholes.
Stardust Memory is how the Titans basically came around.
And then I could not finish Igloo.
Yes, I didn't watch it. I got like 5 minutes into it. I was like, I'm not interested. I don't know what it is.
It's like the shitty CG, and I can't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get myself to sit through the whole thing.
I don't know if anything significant happens in it, but
no, it's just cool, like mobile suit designs. That I think that really big mobile armor is in that, isn't it? The big ass tank thing. What's it called?
I have no idea. I know nothing.
It was in Build Fighters too.
Did they? Is that? There's some whatchamacallits that happen, like those Ace pilots. Are some of those in Igloo?
I don't know. I haven't finished it, so I can't read it.
I think Brian watched it. We're gonna have to ask Bro Builder.
Yeah.
He likes it, I think.
I'm pretty sure Ragnar and McTrinity probably know because they're pretty knowledgeable in the whole series. You know, guys, Ricardo says no. He was not.
Okay.
In there.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
I got it all apart.
Congratulations. Now cut the pegs now.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Pegs.
You know, I've never done it. I've never cut a peg.
What?
Yep.
Why not?
I've never had to take anything apart, really.
I cut the pegs on this mega-sized Zaku, and I swear it's come in handy on so many occasions. Oh, the Zaku inches are mostly in the MSV mangas.
Okay.
Yeah, mangas, that's a whole different thing too. Like I
have the
I can't watch mangas.
Origin books. Like I have the first two, I think, but I've never even opened them. They just look cool on my bookshelf downstairs.
Maybe just one. One on the side, one on top. That might work. That's not too bad. One on the side and one on top.
Yeah, especially because you have that detail on the other side with those little ropes.
That might work out. I might just do it like this. Okay, that's that. I will put this in later.
It was productive.
Yeah. I spent like an hour just trying to figure this out.
That's probably why I don't scratch build. I don't have time. I have like an hour a night to build, period.
Oh, really?
Nah, it depends. That's usually based on me just wanting to go to bed.
Well, it's lucky you got a day off today.
Yeah, we get the because Veterans Day lands on a Saturday, we get the day off. So it worked out. And it was my wife's birthday on Wednesday, so we're actually going out of town tomorrow.
Oh, where are you going?
We're going back to Disney World.
Yay. Nice. Last time I went to Disney World was when I was in 7th grade, so you were probably in 8th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. You graduated in 06?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in and I rode Space Mountain 3 times. Space Mountain is old as hell, man.
Yeah, last time I was there, it was shut down. They were like fixing it.
Yeah. But like, I felt like Space Mountain was very difficult to enjoy because it's so dark in there. You're just kind of sitting in there getting jolted to the side.
If you see it in the light, you'd be like, man, this roller coaster is shit. Like
Because it's like
it
just
looks like
small
something
and
from a carnival. Like it's not exciting at all. It's the darkness that
yeah.
kind of makes it interesting. But
And
we
then
have a
it's a small world, which was an absolute nightmare. And I had to write that because I lost we just made rock we just did rock scissors papers and the loser had to go on it's a small world. That sucked.
yeah, I've
I
been on that a
lost.
lot.
That was not fun.
We have like annual passes, so I've been like I don't know, 4 or 5 times this year. But my wife wants to go up to Epcot for her birthday because it's the food and wine festival. So they have like food from all the different
What
countries.
Epcot is? I always hear about it, but I have no idea what Epcot is.
They sell Gunpla.
What?
Yeah, because they have a Japan country, and it has Gunpla in there. It's overpriced, but it's
Still,
Gunpla.
Gunpla.
It's something. I bought my Sazabi Verka there. I probably paid like 3 times what I should have.
How much was it?
Oh, it was like actually, it's not that bad. It was like $120, and I would say
Too
in a normal
bad.
store it's like 80. I would say.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad, but
Not too crazy for Disney World. Like,
no, yeah. I guess when you think about it being Disney,
last time I went to Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey, bottle of water was like $6. So
yep, that's still the
shoot.
truth. But
Like it's
there's
bad
one.
when a water dispenser has a credit card reader on it.
Yeah.
Like shoot, and they have them like placed in the middle of like the lines for the rides. Like they know you're fucked. So it's like, all right, well,
What are you gonna do? Say no?
yeah, you're stuck out here in the hot sun without free water. So here's a $6 bottle of Dasani.
Did I do it again?
It's like everyone's talking in the chat about like the timeline and stuff. It feels like Unicorn never happened. Twilight Axis doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Twilight Axis doesn't make a lot of sense. Period. But
Yeah, I kind of wish they would make something that happened like after Unicorn. Just to kind of continue on.
that's the part for me that sucks the most about Twilight Access was like it was actually like the story behind it. I read it up on Wiki. It's actually really interesting. Like I would love to know more about it, but then they decided to make it like 4 minutes total.
Short.
Which I don't understand because you only have so much UC stuff,
Right. Twilight is like no, but like Ragnar, I'm talking like a legit like long series, not these stupid like 2-minute bullshit episodes. You know what I'm talking about? Like an actual thing.
A full length series,
Yeah.
or even like a unicorn, like an OVA would be nice.
So that actually isn't bad either.
Guys.
I think I might have clearance issues because of the shoulder armor.
With the drums?
Yeah. So putting it on the side, instead of that, I might just stick it in the back here. At least they're kind of offset. Might do that. Yeah. I'm just going to drill a hole in here, stick a peg in there, and then we'll call that dinner.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a big gun anymore. Well, it's still a big gun, but it doesn't look like the big gun anymore.
That's what she said.
What there?
I'll show you my big gun.
See, these people didn't. Like Prinny, you know more than me, man. What we have left is that Benager and crew is still running away from EFSF. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And then Nassim asks Alex, "What is your favorite alternate universe story?"
Like
I guess like outside of UC, like 00 Seed, Wing.
Probably 00. Yeah, I would say 00. 00 was enjoyable to me. I think for me, character development is like plays a very large part into how I feel about like series as in general. So felt like 00 had some pretty interesting characters where I felt I was more invested into these characters compared to other series. So I would say 00. Yeah. Gumbo Gaming says the sunny makes you more thirsty. Well, it's a Coca-Cola water, so
Yep.
you know.
Not a fan.
Well, you're in water treatment.
Yep, not a fan of Dasani.
You know your water.
I don't like it.
I know my water because I used to be a lifeguard for like 8 years. I know what nominal pH balance should be in order to make your eyes not red and burn. People think it's chlorine, but chlorine has nothing to do with your eyes burning.
Depends on what type of chlorine you use.
But I mean, yeah,
I have some.
Can affect the pH balance, but for the most part, the reason why your eyes burn in a swimming pool is because of the pH difference. And with a lot of people pissing in the pool, you're gonna get more of a base. The water will become more basic, which is why your eyes burn.
I love the 00 characters, but absolutely hate the MS designs.
I don't think they're bad, but they're not great by any means either. Although I would say the Tieran is probably my favorite 00 design.
That thing is cool.
Yeah. They're hard to find these days too.
Yeah.
The 100 Tierans are like that's like trying to find like a Zaku cannon. It's really hard to find.
I think it's crazy that they don't have any master grades other than, like the 00 and the Exia. Like, how come they don't have a master grade Kyrios or any of those other ones?
Well, I mean, they have them in the no grades, right?
Yeah, they have the 1/100 no grades. But I've seen like the Virtue. I think Simon was just working on a Virtue. But I mean, when it's snapped, it looks horrible. I'm sure his will look great when it's done, but for just a snapped kit, it looks crap.
Righto. I need another piece of peg. There we go.
I just realized as I did that whole wing, and you were supposed to, well, I could do them now, but I could have done 2 of them at once.
The flag. Oh yeah, the flag. That's a good design too.
Yeah, the flag was really nice.
Pretty cool design. Oh, I wish they would do the triplets.
Oh yeah, the what are they like?
The Eins dry that one.
Eins dry Zwei.
Right. I wish they would do those in a master grade. Those are pretty cool designs too. I liked.
Yeah, those were cool.
On with like a really big ass gun, which I like too.
Yep. That would be nice. I just don't understand, like, what, you could probably make a single frame that worked for most of them.
Yeah.
Why you wouldn't pump those out? I don't know if is 00 not that popular.
I don't know.
Did it not do well?
Want to work on it? Yeah, the thrones. Fang, throne, and the Zwei. Yeah, the thrones. With the mock, the fake, whatchamacallits. What is it called? The energy source.
Oh, GN particle drive things.
Drive.
That's actually the episode I watched last night, was them showing up and saving.
With the red lights and stuff.
They just saved everybody.
And then the girl got all angry, like, "Oh, these people are having a party. Let's blow it up." And then the girl can't have her arm regenerate, and she gets all pissed off for the rest of her life. Yeah. Season 2 was not bad either. I didn't mind season 2 either. It wasn't bad. But I think Awakening of the Trailblazer was pretty. It was tentacle shit.
Okay. Nassim is saying that Double O is actually popular and it was one of the better selling Gundam series in terms of Blu-rays. Didn't know that, so
I don't know. I rated my 00 when I was in college. So.
Well, yeah, man. Why are they being stingy about the master grades for them?
Yeah, so many no grades for that series.
Yeah, no one wants that.
And what they're rolling out the PG, like despite already having a 160 sale Exia.
Yeah.
Rolling out a freaking perfect grade now. I want to see a runner layout and see how many of how much of the frame is reused parts from that 00 Riser.
I thought that too, especially or like the swords and stuff.
Right. Just there's got to be a whole bunch of reused parts in there.
It's quite expensive too, man.
Not as much as seed no grades. Yeah, there's a lot more seed no grades. I agree.
Yeah, but that kind of came out in a time where that made sense. You know what I mean? Like 00 came out, there was already master grades. When did seed come out? Like early 2000s?
Yeah.
00 came out in 2007. I mean, I have master grades that are way older than 2007. The camphor I just built was from like 2001.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that like there's actual like engineering involved into making plastic model kits. Like,
yeah, quite a bit too. Seems like.
Like for me, like my mind was blown when I first built the perfect grade Zaku, because like I was like I had no idea I would have to do like electrical wiring to build this kit.
Yeah.
Like, have you built the perfect grade Zaku?
Nope. I have not built a perfect grade anything yet. I have the GPO one. That's the only one I have.
Oh, nice kit. I haven't built
that was. It's like the only perfect grade I ever really wanted.
If you want to see a nice GPO one, if you look on my Instagram, you could probably find Sori. Sori.
Yeah, does he have the grayscale one? It's like muted colors.
That's my favorite GPO one of all time.
Yeah, that thing is beautiful.
He sold it too. I was so sad to see somebody bought it.
I like his what he built for GBWC. I think that was
the hybrid Gundam.
Was it that? It's like
78 with like the magenta and white.
Oh, maybe that's not it. I'm thinking the one. It looks like a statue with the wings up.
Oh,
no arms.
The Victoria Thermoplace. Yeah, that's like a tribute to like the whole this year's GBWC, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you diorama I saw up close is like the details are like crazy. Like we're talking like small little tiny hammers. Like it's basically the diorama is like this guy standing there looking at his like work.
Mm-hmm.
So like you see like small tiny little like hammers and tools around, like little pieces of rocks. Like it's crazy. The amount of that thing.
Beautiful in pictures, so I can only imagine in person.
Yeah, he's doing right now he's exhibiting. He's doing an exhibit somewhere down south right now.
I follow him on Instagram, and I see it. He's got those oil paintings of like the Zaku and the.
Oh yeah, dude! Like he's got Facebook videos of like him actually doing it. It doesn't look like much, but he spent months on those.
Yeah, I've been following him for quite a while, and he's been building them for a
Months.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the funny thing was, like Zach and I actually, Zach still has yet to put out the video. But Zach and I, like, I think I want to say almost 3 years ago, we went to Sori's studio and interviewed him.
Oh man.
And so, like, the Zaku wasn't there, but he had already had the outline of the Gundam like oil painting. Like he had already stenciled it out on a big piece of canvas for that already. Um, so like, yeah, he was like, yeah, you can't tell anybody or show anybody about like show this. Zach was taking B-roll of like the studio and stuff. He was like, yeah, you can't show that one.
Now you can.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he still has the footage. He just hasn't gotten around to editing it and putting it all together.
Come on, Zach. We know you're not busy for real.
Yeah, I think Zach may be the only person out there we know is most definitely busy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at getting an MG Rizzle C. They look awesome. And MG Jesta. Yeah, the Jesta. I like my favorite kit of all time right now is the Master Grade Jesta. It's such a solid kit. Have you built the Jesta?
No, I don't even own one actually. That's one of the
You
few.
can definitely get one. They're pretty cheap. They're like $30.
Yeah, it's a great base for just about anything.
Awesome,
From what I see.
Kit. It's such a solid kit. Just a cannon I bought. I have the high grade, but I have the master grade that I got from Samuel, just kind of sitting in my backlog. But I want to get to that too. I want to read. I actually might. I got a new idea for a project. Oh yeah.
See, that's why you got to build, because when you're standing there just looking at your stuff, you don't get any ideas when you're building. That's when it all comes to.
And if anybody wants a Zaku mine layer, I got an extra one. So if anybody wants to buy that off of me, send me a message on Discord or something. I don't think that kit's easy to find in the US, right?
No.
So I picked two up on my last trip to Osaka back in May, and I only think I need one. So
after this, I'm gonna start. I have a Hayaku Shiki 2.0. I'm gonna start on.
I have the 1.0 with the balut pack.
Yeah, I almost actually bought that just so I could steal the balut pack off of it.
Can you use it on the 2.0?
I don't know. I figured like it would be close enough to where I could probably make something work.
Modify it.
Yeah, like where it wouldn't be as bad as just like from nowhere.
Right. I think we might be good to go paint on this baby. Town. I gotta cut that bottom part off though. Getting thirsty. What time is it there?
12, yeah, 12:30.
Hey, you have lunch yet?
Nope. No, I haven't.
Is your wife home today?
Breakfast.
You all for work today? Is your wife all for work today too?
Yeah, we actually work for the same municipality.
Oh, cool.
So we have the same days off and stuff.
Nice.
And we can carpool to work.
Aww. Yeah,
she's
currently
downstairs.
in a distance relationship now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
my girlfriend used to live with me, but ever since changing schools, like I think for her, like I mean, being in like the medical field, like your mentor is equally as important as the school that you're going to.
Sure.
So for her, she's basically being mentored by the Korean equivalent of like the top plastic surgeon at like Harvard. Like this guy is, this dude does like 8 surgeries a day. On top of that, he pumps out like a thesis like a month. I don't know how he does it, but he's pumping out like a thesis every month.
Is she going for? I know it's a plastic surgery. Is she looking to do like cosmetic stuff, or I mean, there's all cosmetic, but like
both. But I think she's more interested in cosmetic stuff, but she's also like learning how to do reconstructive.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I got in a car accident, and I need you to give me another nose.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like my girlfriend likes to do like volunteer work and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure like she'd be open to doing like cleft palates and stuff like that for reconstructive surgery. But she is interested in doing aesthetic stuff as well.
Is that big over there or
Korea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever hear of medical tourism?
Yeah. I thought they all went to like Argentina and Brazil for that stuff.
Nope. Everybody's on this side of the planet comes to South Korea. Actually, it was a funny thing on the news the other day. 3 Chinese nationals came to South Korea and got a whole bunch of work done. And what happened was their faces were like so torn up and stuff that when they went back to the airport to fly back, their faces didn't match the photos on their passport. They couldn't go home.
I mean, I'm like an hour from Miami, so
right.
we get a lot of that. I lived in Miami for a little bit as well. You see some interesting things.
Yeah. I think it's like I think plastic surgery on this side of the planet is also very different than what people do like in the U.S. or Brazil. Because like breast augmentation is not really big like it is in the U.S. Whereas blepharoplasty, if you don't know what that is it's where I have them where if I close my eye a little bit, I have like a slight like a lip on my eyelid. So I call them double eyelid. And so if you have a double eyelid, your eye appears to be larger. So like people will go to plastic surgery clinics to get that double eyelid. So what they'll do is they'll have you close your eye and they'll cut and then sew back in. That way your eye actually has a natural scarring of like a natural line. Therefore, every time you open your eyes, you'll have this double eyelid fold inside your eyes.
Will be wider.
So yeah, so then your eyes will look a little bit bigger. So I had no idea this was like a huge ass thing, but in Asian culture, it's like it's the shit. It's like breast implants. It's like it's that
now, man.
You're like I want that, you know.
They all want butt implants. That's where it's at now.
Nassim is like, dear God, this conversation is making my stomach turn. Sorry, dude. That made the news here too about the lady's plastic surgery. So I guess Clive saw the news about the Chinese nationals not being able to go home.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny because like you saw a picture of them just sitting there and like they had like like white bandages and their faces were all like bloated and like blown up and stuff, and like there was no way to tell that like the pictures on the passports matched their faces with all the bandaging and scarring and swelling and all that. That's like they basically look like they got out of a boxing match,
Oh man. All right.
I don't think they thought that one through.
No, I mean, who would? I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't think that. But I've never had any plastic surgery, so maybe that's something you do think about.
Yeah, my girlfriend's super nervous right now because she's got to give a presentation tomorrow in front of like everybody, like her current research on stuff, and like what she's been working on now is actually mapping out the nerve endings in your eyelid and your upper eyelid. Because like you think somebody's already done that by now, but like
especially with all these eyelid
Yeah.
surgeries that are going on.
Right. Like, so her research involves basically like certain patients after having like some of these surgeries, like losing like feeling in their eyebrows or their eyelids and stuff after surgery. So basically what they did was they went ahead and started like mapping out where all the nerves were in like the upper eyelid area. And so like my girlfriend, like she'll send me pictures or like video, be like, look, and like she'll have like this sample from like a cadaver of just
Oh man,
upper eyelid with like the inside of the eyelid like flipped over and you can see the eyelashes and stuff. And I'm like, oh.
don't send me that.
Like, all right, I'll talk to you after lunch. I'm like, you just did that and you're gonna go eat lunch? Like, oh,
no, my wife is in finance, so I don't get no interesting pictures.
yeah. It's like, hey, hon, look at this Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, look how exciting.
Yeah. Damn. How old is your little one now?
He just turned 2 in September.
2. Terrible twos yet?
Yeah. It's strange. Like he can be like a hurricane, and at the same time he can be really funny. So it's like they go through like a year of bipolarness or something.
Yeah. Zach, yeah, I mean little Noah is almost just about 2 now. And he's like, yeah. But the weird thing, like, Noah didn't cry. He never made tantrums or like,
Yeah.
fit or anything. Like, even when he was like a little, like, like 6 months, 8 months old, 9 months old, like he would never cry or anything like that. But I think now he's starting to open up a little bit.
Yeah. They he likes to say no, my son, a lot.
No?
Yeah, no, this is his favorite word. No.
No. Nope. Yeah. Zach told me the same thing. He was like, yeah, he says no a lot now.
It doesn't. He can want it too. You can be like, "Hey, do you want some juice?" No, and then you give him the juice and he drinks it. Like, okay, maybe we don't know what no means. But no, they're fun though. I mean, he's a lot of fun. He's funny. He's downstairs with my wife right now, probably driving her nuts. He's probably torn apart the house. That's what he likes to do.
Tearing apart the house.
Tear apart that's like their favorite hobby. Tear apart my house.
The resin cannon upgrade has the channel's talking about his resin cannon upgrade that he bought for his Jester cannon. That's cool.
Yeah. Did anyone get their I know a couple of guys on here ordered that Debon Phoenix. Did anyone get any updates on theirs?
Oh. Andy!
I think the Indian
package.
Miriam did it, I want to say.
The $10 Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So curious if they actually end up getting it.
That's an expensive kit. The Bandai one's what? $500, man.
True, man. I love that kit too. I love gold, like gaudy gold kits, but I don't know.
But for me, I would rather pay knowing I'm going to get decent quality than like a dot-on kit.
Yeah, I'm not into to knockoffs. I mean, I guess for $10, that you can't argue with that. I mean, I guess you could do whatever you want with it. But in general, I'm not a fan of knockoffs. I don't mind an original third-party design is fine.
Yeah.
Especially one that like Bandai's probably not going to do anyway. Like the what was the one that just came out? Yeah, the Unwritten, the TR6 from Advances Zeta. Bandai's probably not going to make that anytime soon anyway. So
I think they need to kind of reinvigorate some of the old designs. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love some more Sentinel stuff, which I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think an updated like full armor double Zeta would be cool.
Yeah, well, and hopefully we'll be getting that soon.
Yeah.
since the double data just came out. It seems like they ignore some series altogether, you know, like they don't, like Stardust. I think people would love a 2.0 GPO1 and GPO2.
Yeah.
That they did do the GM from there, the command GM,
Right.
GM command, the P Bandai one.
Yeah.
But it was like an old kit, like just kind of a rehash. Or the Zaku from there. I love that. What is that? The Zaku FZ, something like that. I can't remember which version is in Stardust, but it's just a little bit different.
I don't think I know that one.
I know they have an HG version of it.
Yeah.
Someone I'm sure in chat knows. But yeah, sometimes, or like we were talking about 00, no master grades other than the 00 and the Exia.
Yeah, Nassim. There's I think there's two people, Andy and who else ordered the Phoenix?
Yeah, I think it was Andy and Tiberium.
Oh yeah, Donovan. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of people who ordered it, and I think a lot of people found out about that because of Jordan's post.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty good find. Although it would be risky for me to buy that and have that sent to Korea because Bandai's actually been pushing the government to not allow people to import like knockoff brand stuff. So anything from Daban is actually kind of frowned upon.
Yeah. Well, they're just straight. Do they have any original designs?
Huh? Daban?
Do they have? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because I know like Dragon Momoko.
Like they have some. Yeah, Dragon Momoko has. They do variations on original designs, but it's not knockoff. Whereas Daban is they're just copying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not so much into that stuff. I'd rather just pay the extra money and get the original, or just not get it. You know, if it's not worth it. Man, this thing has a lot of parts.
McPrinney also got it too. Okay.
Okay. Have you gotten any updates, McPrinney?
He said no earlier. So
okay.
Probably not. It's probably still in transit. I mean, from Hong Kong to the U.S., I think typical package takes about what, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, I have the. I guess depending on how you send it, you do like that.
Like EMS would take less time, but I doubt that $10 shipping is going to pay for EMS.
No, I have the. I ordered the Woundwort from that company, Hobby Mission Hobby, the one that sponsors Zach, yeah. And it's been in transit for like 2 weeks now. Like, you know, the shipping is updated and everything, but it's still just on its way here.
Yeah, that company seems pretty cool. They're apparently gonna hook Zach up with that Gelgu cannon. Not the Gelgu cannon, the Gelgu, the Uma Lightning one.
Yeah, they do P Bandai stuff too.
So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
which means they're probably not in China. They're probably in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to look up where my stuff ended up shipping out of. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, they were easy to deal with, and the prices were good.
PayPal?
They take PayPal, yeah. They shipped out right away, like it was fast.
Nice.
So, and sometimes with like those third-party kits, you know, if you can get them when they're released, like you can get them from Samuel or whoever, but then all of a sudden they just become a little more difficult to find.
Right. I want to try the new third-party Nataku. Who makes the third-party Nataku?
That's a Supernova. I have that as well. I haven't built it yet though. It's like their own rendition of the Nitaku.
Hmm. I'm still trying to track down on Ultron.
The P Bandai one?
Yeah, but the scalpers here are charging like $80 for it.
I'd gladly pay $80. I had to pay a ridiculous amount for that thing.
Oh no, because like Korea, you can expect to pay somewhere close to
The won value.
asking like retail price. So what is it? What is it like 56?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You'll probably be able to find it pretty soon though, because they're just about to do a reprint of it.
So hopefully, yeah, they're selling for like 75, 80, and I'm like, screw you. I mean, if I was in the U.S., it'd be a different story, but I'm not.
Yeah,
So.
That one I had to pay more for. I don't know why. I have all of them, like the whole P Bandai Endless Waltz set. And for whatever reason, the Ultron was the most expensive.
Gumbo Gaming says, "Yeah, I would love to pay $80. It's over 100 here."
Yeah, it was about 100. And it took the longest to get. Like I couldn't find like if I'm gonna pay that much money, I try to find like a US seller, not because like I'm only trying to support US or anything like that, because it's, you know, but just that I know the shipping is going to be a little easier. Right. It's less likely to get lost or damaged.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right now, Jim is kind of upset right now because he had a whole bunch of P Bandai stuff coming over from Japan.
Yeah.
That stuff got lost.
Yeah, they also, I don't know what it is about like their packaging, especially from Japan. They just put it like in one thin layer of bubble wrap and then wrap it in this like brown tape.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
So I've gotten things from there that are like kind of damaged, not like, you know, broken, but the box has been kicked or something.
Oh. Gets that they're throwing boxes around and stuff like that on the US end, like in freaking JFK or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, is there a major airport that gets like international flights in for packages like further down south?
No, when I order everything international first and then ships down here. I mean, we have a big international airport in Miami, but they don't get.
So where does the shipping usually go through? Does it come up from like New York? Come in from?
Yeah, it goes in through New York, and then it'll ship straight from New York.
Right.
It goes.
So
it always goes to like Jamaica, Queens every time. I swear.
They have They have a really big like sorting center out there. That's why.
Okay, yeah. Goes to Jamaica, Queens, and then it goes
everything goes to Jamaica.
And then it goes to my local post office.
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, if it goes in through JFK is hella old too, so they're probably just kicking shit around in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, I just spent the better part of 15 minutes sanding this thing down.
Yeah, Nassim, that's what I understand is the Ultron. Actually, all of them are getting reissued. It might be now though, because I think they were reissuing them the same time that the Sandrock came out, which just came. I just got it in a couple of days ago.
The Kai, right?
Yeah, the Kai custom, the EW version. Well, I guess they're all the EW versions, but you know what I mean. The movie version. Yeah. So they're probably either all just got reprinted or they're all about to. So you should be able to find all of them a little easier. It almost seems like a waste for them to be P Bandai. They've reprinted that kit so many times. They should have just made it a regular release.
Like, why bother? Why bother making it like a limited edition? You know,
it's that one is a little strange because I mean it is just a recolor basically of the regular Nitaku. I mean they all are kind of just recolors.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you kind of get why they're
It's like they would make so much more money if they would
Yeah,
have just.
but especially in the U.S., like
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe because of the timing of the release, but you know that the 00 XN riser that just came out pretty recently,
Yeah.
the one that I think Zach's painting right now or just got finished painting.
Yeah.
That was a P-Bandai release for you guys, but it was actually a regular release here. If that makes any sense. But I'm surprised they didn't do the same thing for the Endless Waltz kits just because of how popular they are in the States.
Weird. I want to get the P Bandai Tall Geese 3. I actually heard somewhere that the Tall Geese 3 is actually reprinted more often than even some just normal release kits.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I was saying. Like, I don't know why they just didn't regularly release it.
It's a solid kit, though. I got one as well.
Yeah, I have one.
Such a nice kit. I have the 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
I don't have any other than the Wing Zero and the Death Cytel. I don't have any of the regular release wing kits. Like I don't have the regular heavy arms or the regular tall geese.
Hey, Paul, is that a IKEA Detolf behind you?
Yep. This whole room is brought to you by IKEA, except the paint.
Yeah, I was gonna buy the IKEA one, but I found like one made by a Korean company that was like $20 cheaper. So I was like, shoot, that's free shipping too.
Yeah, yeah. You
Dude,
guys,
that
you
glass is heavy, man.
Yeah, it also like it goes together really awkward. Like if it's just one person putting it together, like holding all the glass pieces together until you can put the top on.
It was quite the experience putting mine together by myself. Like I had a hard time getting the 3 pieces on the bottom thing. Like getting the slabs.
Yeah, the metal, like those metal pieces were a little like wobbly too until you got it all together.
How is the MG Hazel P Bandai when it's almost completely new, and we get the black version of the local type as a regular release when it's just a recolor? Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think the P Bandai for the Hazel had a lot more to do with the fact that they weren't sure how it was going to sell than them worried about it just being a recolor. Because Advance Zeta has never had an anime. It's never really been released everywhere. A lot of people don't know about it or aren't interested in designs.
Yeah, everybody seems to keep thinking like, oh yeah, like Advance of Zeta and all those designs are still they're not property of Bandai.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Bandai has nothing to do with it. It's Sunrise, not Bandai.
Well, the mobile suit design is Bandai's. The story is not theirs.
Yeah. So I mean the mobile suits and all that stuff, that's still property of Sunrise, not what is it?
Well, for Advance Zeta, it was never Sunrise doesn't own it either. It's I can't think of the name right there. It's like some magazine company owns it.
Yeah. Well, it starts with a G, I think.
Yeah. But Bandai owns the mobile suit design.
Right.
So they can do whatever they want. But if you look in the kit, it just has like a generic pilot figure. Right. And that's why. Like I don't know if I actually know nothing about Advance Zeta's story, but I don't know if it was like a specific person's in there. But yeah, I think that mainly had a lot to do with just them.
Sorry.
No,
I'm using my drill to drill out a bigger hole. Degenki Hobby, that's right.
Yes. Thank you. Clive spent all Monday putting IKEA stuff together. Yeah. Their stuff isn't as hard to put together as I originally thought, though. Like I remember, there used to always be like a running joke, like, "Oh, IKEA furniture."
if you're curious as to what I'm doing, I have this funky little thruster thing, and I'm trying to put it into the bottom of this. And the hole's still too small. Ugh, such a mess. I was thinking about trying to like modify this thing to kind of overvolt it. Instead of using AAA batteries, maybe throw in like a 9-volt. Have it like suck air way better. It's kind of weak, the keyboard cleaner.
I need one of those, man. That's like the perfect.
Yeah, it sucks up
nub
and stuff like really well, but it's not too good with the dust because like the filter gets clogged really easy. So
the Nub Buster 5000 there.
Yeah. Still not big enough for this. The hole just kept getting bigger and bigger. Oh, come on, almost there.
Uh-oh.
There we go. You don't need a Dremel.
Get a real drill.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys have the high res model, or you're gonna get some of these little nail blocks. I got like 50 of them for like $5. But this one side has a buffing tool, and it makes it almost as shiny as it was. So
I already own one. I just choose not to use it. This is the big ass, was it the Dremel 3000? But it's like it spins too fast. I can't get it at a lower RPM to be manageable. It'll just melt the plastic. It's just easier to use a drill.
I have one downstairs that I've used on my car for different things, but I've never messed with it here.
Yeah. All I have is a pin vise for drilling stuff out. Yeah, I mean, I got a pin vise as well, but this, the drill bit's a lot thicker for just drilling out bigger stuff. So this was a cheap ass cordless drill too. It was made by some Chinese company. The drill itself with the battery and like 6 drill bits was like $20. Works pretty good. 18-volt battery. My Dremel is single speed. Yeah.
I know
they make like a cordless, like a wireless Dremel that actually has pretty good like speed adjustment, like RPM adjustment and stuff. Oh, that's perfect. Boop. Hole. And now it just kind of fits flush.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. And instead of just gluing it on there, I try to make everything like removable so you can paint and then as much as I can.
You don't have to kill yourself masking later.
Yeah.
You could always put a dab of glue when it's done being painted anyway,
Yeah.
So it won't come up.
Although like I've yet to find an alternative to like super glue, because like you use crazy glue and stuff and you get that frosting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've yet to find something that works better. And you can't use like cement on painted stuff because the fumes will just melt the paint right off. So
yeah,
trying to find an alternative that doesn't frost. And the only idea I can think of is like what is it? Do I have it here?
Someone was saying the other day that you can Elmer's glue will dry clear, just white glue. but I don't know how strong
I
it'll
don't
be.
have access to Elmer's glue. I don't think it's that strong though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't know if it'll actually stick.
I can't seem to find it. It's like that, like Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue is just the same as like any other
Yeah,
super glue, isn't it? It'll
yeah.
frost.
Gorilla Glue is just super glue, I think, as far as I know.
What I was thinking was like that clear, like not spray on stuff, like liquid stuff for like canopies on airplanes and stuff.
It's like kind of like contact cement or something.
Contact cement also is gonna probably melt the paint or the paint job on your stuff because all the fumes as well. I think contact cement. I haven't touched contact cement since like elementary school. Contact cement. And I never understood like the whole thing where like people are sniffing glue or no, not sniffing glue, eating paste. Like, can you actually eat paste and not die?
Why would I want to?
It's like eating glue or something like that.
I know they huff glue. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, I know like people will like huff like contact cement or whatever, but like it's like you see like cartoons and like old TV shows, like people just like dipping into paste and eating the paste. And I'm like, wouldn't you die from that?
I don't want to try. I don't. Sounds
Want to
gross.
hear a funny story? When I was in like kindergarten and like I had to do homework, and like for homework you had like you'd have to like cut out these like shapes and then glue it on to like your
Mm-hmm.
paper or whatever. And we didn't have glue, so you know what my mom did? She went to the kitchen. She brought out a bowl of rice, and she was like, I was like, "What's that for?" And she was like, "Glue."
Oh man.
And so like she would put like the rice, she would like mush it up with her finger and then just kind of put it on the edges and then like stick it to the paper. And I was like, oh. And then like I would take it to school and like if you bend the paper a little bit, it'll start like cracking.
Oh man, that would have.
Gumbo Gaming says school glue, eat it all the time. Really?
Is it like why? Is it healthy?
Like I don't know. It's just like
Is it just dried up rice?
I don't know, but in a pickle it'll work, like
Yeah. Yeah.
my mom was helping me with my homework. Like, I think to this, she probably doesn't even remember. But like, I mean, this is a memory that I've had since I was 6, and like, shoot, I'm pushing 30 now, and like, I don't know. Like, that's the funny thing about memories. You think like a 5, 6-year-old will never remember anything, but you do.
Yeah. It's weird what you remember too, just kind of like obscure
Yeah.
stories, not like not something memorable, but just
Like I remember I stuck a chopstick in my dad's ear once, and that didn't end well.
your
Your
stories are very like
I don't know why.
stereotypical.
I was probably like 5 or 4. But I remember distinctly sitting there, and my dad was sitting to my right, and I saw the hole in his ear, and I was like, "Huh." And I remember sticking the chopstick in there, and then he ran, screaming to the couch, and then like that was the last I saw of him for like an hour or so. But like, yeah, it's weird. Like you just remember weird shit. I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just yeah. So I'm saying, man, you're a little one, man. It's gonna remember some shit.
Probably.
Gorilla glue. Yeah, I don't know. I want to find some super glue that doesn't frost.
You don't ask, you just do it.
Just do it.
I don't know, Ragnar. That's
Just do it. I don't know about that, man.
I wouldn't advise that.
Just do it.
That was good. Good move there.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to prime some parts here. Still don't know what I want to do with the shield. Part of me was thinking of like turning this shield into what's that kit called? Like the Zissa shield, or what's another kit that has that other top part that kind of bends out and swivels? You know what I'm talking about? Is it the Gelgoog? Does
the Gelgoog has that like that surfboard looking shield?
No, not the Gelgoog then. Yeah, surfboard, right. I know the Zissa definitely has that. It's like maybe the Girazulu, I think, also has that too.
Okay, yeah. It's got like
the little
shield that bows.
That kind of.
Yeah, I think maybe does the Marisai have it as well?
Yeah. The Marisai too, I think. I was thinking about maybe doing that with this, but then I was like, it's a lot of work.
Hinges. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just kind of like go like Origin Zaku one and just like throw like a couple like
missile pod type thing,
like missile pods or something on there. Yeah. Oh. We shall see. I was thinking about like sticking like a minigun or something on here, but that just kind of looks bad.
That's the only tough thing about that 148 scale, because it's hard to find something that's going to match up
Right.
and look right.
Make the shield extend and contract. No, Wayne, that's a lot of work, dude. Minimal work. I'm the lazy gun for this. Although this gun was a big pain in the ass, but I don't want to do any more like big modifications because I don't want to make this into like a 4-month project either. I want to kind of be done with this by the end of November.
Am I doing the right thing here? What am I doing?
All right, I'm done with that. These parts need to get primed. Or my that would be the clips. Public service announcement. Don't buy these. Make your own. Seriously.
Those are the Mr. Hobby deals.
Huh?
Are those the Mr. Hobby ones?
No, I made these, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made all mine too.
Don't buy these, man. Just make your own. Did you buy yours?
No, I made them. That's probably like the only tool I've made. Just make sure you buy the small alligator clips, not the big ones. Smaller.
I bought the ones that come with like the funky like what is it called? Like the rubber protector thingies on top.
Oh, they're like to charge battery terminals and stuff.
Those actually were cheaper than just buying a regular. Like,
yeah, those are probably the right size too.
Huh?
Those are probably the right size too, because they're a little small.
So, listen, I bought like 5 packs of the Mr. Hobby ones. Was too lazy to go to the hardware store. Come on, man!
You could have probably bought another kit.
Shoot.
I don't know how much the Mr. Hobby ones are, but I know you only get like 25 of them.
I bought a pack of 100 clips for $8, and then I bought the skewers, the barbecue skewers at like the Daiso, the dollar store. Those were $80 for 50 cents. So yeah, I made some like 300 for like less than $20.
I
No,
still have
no, that's a lie.
bamboo skewers.
Yeah, it was like less than $50. Let's say that. Like yeah, like $30, something like that. Kiradoga and the Marasai. Dang, here are the clips for like $4 at the hardware store. If you look on eBay, like I bought mine in here in Korea, but if you look on eBay, I'm pretty sure you can find alligator clips in bulk for like way cheaper, dude. Mr. Hobby ones were like 25 for €4. That's like 550. 550. Yeah, it's like 5 and change in US currency. So 25. It's like $20 for 100.
That's not horrible.
$20 for 100. Yeah. I would just buy like a whole bulk of them, like from some like seller in China, and just have it shipped to you, and you can make your own. I've already broken a couple already, and like getting shrink wrap and stuff. That's a little plus you can do on top of that. The shrink tube, that stuff works good too.
I have to like cut down the bamboo skewers I have. They're way too long. Like the parts are like waving around in the air.
Yeah, these were a good length. They're about the size of an art knife. Not too long, not too short. They're a little thin though. They're a little weak, so I have broken a few. All right, these are getting painted. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off in a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go mess around with my son for a little bit since we have the day off. Take him to the park or something.
Just don't give your kid an iPad.
Oh, he already knows how to use those.
Damn, you've already ruined them.
Yep, he's never coming back. He actually called it his iPad. I want my iPad. I'm like, what do you mean yours? It's my iPad.
It's because like I saw like a really big shocker for me was like I saw like a Facebook video, and like this like little baby, it's probably like 18 months, and they give the kid an iPad, and the kid knows how to like pinch and zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
Away and gave him a magazine. He started pinching and zooming on the magazine, and I was like, "That's sad."
We gave my son the Toys R Us book. You remember that when you were a kid, you used to get the big thick book every year from Toys R Us around Christmas time.
Right.
So we let him look at it, and he looks at it, and he picks out a toy he likes, and he says, "Open it." Like as if it's as if like we have it. Like he doesn't understand that it's just a picture. Open it.
That's cute. So I have this like missile launcher pod thing from a Scope Dog kit. Votoms. I was thinking maybe slapping this onto the shield. Maybe like that.
Yeah, that looks good.
So maybe off to the side a little bit. Something like that. Only problem is it's double the length of the freaking shield.
What does the other side of it, the back side of it, look like? I was gonna say you could like cut it in half and make two of them.
No. Unfortunately, no. So I don't know.
Man, I've never built the master grade Wing Zero. I have it in my backlog, but I haven't built it yet. But are the wings like this complicated? Like there's a lot of crap in here. They're all moving. That's just one wing, and there's like I'm still not done. I have like another 2 to build.
What are there are polycaps holding those pieces in, right?
No, these are all on like slides, and then these individual feathers here, they have just like a ball joint at the end of them.
Okay.
But no, there's no polycaps to this whole thing.
That's nice because like I think the master grade has like polycaps holding it in, and they're polycap color, so it kind of looks.
Yeah, this one it has like a darker frame gray like all the way down in there, and then it's got like a light gray in some of the pieces, and then that shiny white.
Those.
So, and then yeah, this is like on this wing you can see like the dark gray, and then this piece in here is light gray, and then these all like spread out somehow too. Just pulls out. There you go. There's more wing.
I would probably paint that dark wing part like white. Personally.
This one?
Yeah, for continuity.
This is, I think, just like frame though. I don't think it doesn't have any like. It just got like panel lines on it. But when you collapse it,
how many kits do you guys have in your backlog?
This
question is like it's like a penis length question. Because then like on especially on like Facebook forums, like Facebook groups and stuff, like it's a Gundam or I build Gundams and I'm proud or Gunpla Network or like any of those Facebook groups, it's like oh yeah, I have a really big problem, and then it's like a picture of like this fucking mound of shit, and I'm like, congratulations, you wasted a bunch of money on kits that you probably never even finish building before you die,
and you have no tools.
Like, and then reply. It's like, oh yeah, this is my backlog. This is my. It's like, oh yeah, penis measuring contest, yay! But last I checked, my backlog has something like 50, 60 kits, something like that.
I am right at about 50.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't do it.
And like the weird thing is, like, I look at the kits that I have now, and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking buying this kit?
Yeah.
Like, what prompted me to buy this kit? Like, I have the Seed Strike Noir, and I'm like, I don't see myself ever building this kit. Why did I buy this?
The only kits I'll buy like that are like HGs. Sometimes I'll just pick up like a random one.
Yeah, but for me, like, all my kits are master grades, with the exception of like maybe 5, 6 high grades.
That's the way I have like 4 high grades, and the rest are either like RE100s or master grade.
Fingers unite.
But I think if I were to give anyone advice about that, it's if it's not like a special edition kit, if it's not a P Bandai kit.
Yeah, that's my what's the word? MO now.
Yeah.
Like, unless you gotta have it. Like, when I saw the Zaku mine layer, I was like, yo, that backpack is awesome. I want that so bad. So I picked up 2. And even that was a regret in and of itself.
Yeah. So if it's not that, if it's just, oh, I really like the new Double Zeta that came out, but you're not going to build it anytime soon.
Yeah,
it's going to be around whenever you really want to build it. So unless you get like some kind of crazy deal, don't worry about it.
So good. Yeah, unless it's that's probably another thing. Like, unless it's like a crazy deal, or it's something that like you can't find ever. Like, for the longest time, you couldn't find the Nobel Gundam anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, ever. So like that was like when I went to Tokyo back in February, I was like, oh, Nobel. And then I found out like they did a reprint like the next month. I was like, crap. I dropped like $25 on this at the freaking Mandarake. And then they do a reprint and it's like 16.
I hate you guys. Yeah, but if it's not some kind of special something, Unless if you're gonna build it right now, by all means, knock yourself out, buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. It'll be around. I think we all do it though. I know I went crazy and just bought like everything I wanted.
No money, no problem. Credit.
Yeah.
I'll just pay the interest on it for like 5 months.
I think the hard part is, like individually, nothing's like that expensive other than, a couple of outlying Fenix or something like that. But I mean, most kits are $40, and that doesn't seem like a lot of money. I'm sure it is to some people, but you know what I mean? Like at one time that I've had other hobbies that are way more expensive than that.
Yeah.
And so you buy it and then you just keep buying. And then you go back and look and you're like, oh man, I've spent way too much money on that.
Like bike maintenance, that's expensive. Freaking
oh yeah.
Motorcycle gear, shoot. $700 helmet, $400 jacket, $300 pants, boots,
My like I said, I've always been into cars, and my whole gun, like every Gundam I have in there, my spray booth, every piece of equipment, my airbrush, probably doesn't equate out to what I've spent on a pair of wheels.
Right.
And that was just one pair of wheels.
CB's into cars, so he would probably be able to relate.
Yeah.
I can live for. Ragnar says I can live for 3 weeks for $40.
That's impressive, Ragnar.
That's like college student level shit, man.
Yeah, I cannot.
I'm pretty sure like in college I was able to try to like stretch $50 as long as I could, like maybe 2 weeks. New York City is kind of expensive, but yeah. CB's like my wheels cost over $4K.
Yeah, I'm with you there, CB.
So
don't feel bad.
Damn.
And I have another pair in like a box in the garage that are a little less than that, but still pretty insane that I don't even look at.
Like some expensive ass Rays or something?
No, they're a German company, Schmidt. I have a Volkswagen.
I've heard of Volks. Volks Rays, Volks. Schmidt, I don't think I've heard of Schmidt.
That's a Euro.
Yeah.
Euro thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, after my bike accident, I realized, I'm so glad I had a decent helmet.
Yeah.
Like I had a Suomi, which was also pretty pricey, but that thing was wrecked after my accident.
Yeah, I had a good buddy of mine took a spill and he hurt his shoulder, and all down his face mask was all beat up. Like if he didn't have that thing.
Like it's and so you'll see it like kind of like scraped up, like almost like you took like a angle grinder to it,
Yeah, and you're like, that would have been my face.
Cut like at an angle. Like that's what my Suomi looked at. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that would have been my face right there.
Yeah. So, I was luckily I was wearing protection. I was to be completely, I was kind of squidding a little bit too. Like I had my jacket and helmet and gloves on, but I was wearing shorts. But yeah, luckily.
I'm in South Florida, man. I never wore pants on my bike.
Yeah.
I didn't even wear a full jacket. I had
it was July here in Korea, so it was hot as crap out, man. It's like I'm not gonna be throwing on Kevlar jeans in the middle of July.
No, I had one of those like spine protector vests from Icon.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen that. I used to wear that, a pair of gloves, and a helmet, and that was it.
But now, like Icon makes, I have them. Icon makes like hoodies with like back protectors and armor.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are awesome.
It's nice.
I was pretty much all decked out in their stuff. I had an Icon helmet as well.
Bye, David. Have a good one, man. Quiet, you jerk. Takeout pizza. What I wouldn't give for some John's
takeout pizza. Some takeout pizza with
John's, right? You know all about that John's Pizzeria. sausage and pepperoni. It's
But where's the sweet potato?
oh no, this is like the best pizza joint in New York City. Oh man.
All right. What am I doing here? I think this is the end of my snapping for the day.
Yeah, I think I'm just about
one wing done.
Congratulations. If you guys
I still have a whole nother side to do. That's going to be another day.
Yeah. Well, cut the pegs to that time.
Yeah, or don't make mistakes. Don't snap it together with half the pieces in it.
Man. All right, I think we're both gonna head off because it's like 3:21 in the morning here, and I gotta get up at 9 for a private gig I gotta do.
Yeah, man. Go get some sleep.
Anyways, yeah, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely do this another time. But anyway, thanks all 8 of you guys in the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's always cool. And moderators, keep your ear to the ground because I might just randomly approach you. Anyway, you want to give yourself a little plug there, Paul? Before we turn off?
I just started my YouTube page. It's Gumpla Paul. A couple of videos over there, and I'll probably be doing some live streaming stuff as I get established a little bit. And come hang out. We have a nice little community built up.
So. Yeah, I think I like the fact that we can just kind of create like a whole like just community just in the chat itself where people can just kind of hang out and talk.
Yeah, and it's cool as I go to like other things, I'll go over to like GBA or some of the other stuff, any other things, and I'll always find somebody, Andy will be there or Tiberium will be there, Bro Builder will be there. So it's cool.
Everywhere. Anyway, we're going to sign off now, so we'll probably catch you guys next time. I don't think I'm going to be streaming anytime. Actually, I might be. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Because I currently am not going to be hanging out with a girlfriend, so more time for Gumpla.
There you go.
So maybe a stream tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see you guys later.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Hanging up, Paul. Bye.
Thank you.